Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in a description box below. So we're back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless, it's not love based. We're gonna see what your dreams are trying to tell you. And it's already been chaotic. This is like my third take. Usually I just do one take and I don't care about errors, mistakes, any of the things. I just roll with it. But like I was messing up the angle, like I don't know, it was a lot of chaos. So I feel like those of you selecting these readings for the dreams right now are like, I don't know, maybe you're having chaotic dreams, maybe you're struggling to sleep at night, because that is an angle that I take with these. Like some of you are not sleeping, and we're going to try to see why. Okay, so the energy is still chaotic, and I'm trying to ground it before I tap in, and I'm hoping you guys don't take me down a chaotic ride with these piles. But I was very particular about selecting these donuts. Like I moved some, I saved some for maybe a future reading. I was like, no. I have very specific donuts that I'm going to use. And even when they didn't feel right, I was like, I have to keep searching. Because I need a very specific donut. So I don't know what's going on. But again, some of you do need to sit down somewhere. You're doing a lot right now. And I also say that because I have this crystal that I just moved to the table. It was on a different table. It's funny because I was having a conversation about someone else that has this crystal was like, oh, I don't even know what that is. And I'm like, you know what? I don't remember what it is either. And that was maybe like 2 months ago. And like, I found the card that identified it. So it is a dual light, but it talks about radiating love, compassion, happiness, serenity, and all the things, because apparently it's like a really like traumatic energy. So it makes sense. I was not aligning with that energy, hence why I barely was even paying attention to it. But today when I stepped into this reading, notice that I'm like having issues straightening this up. Look at me. Why is it doing that? Yeah, y'all might be like clearing inner demons. You might be like clearing unnecessary pain and trauma, which I love that for you, but I'm gonna have to take a minute to ground in between each pile even more thoroughly so that I can really interpret what's going on. And that makes sense, right? Dreams are really woo-woo, la-la, and all of the stuff, right? Because I don't have issues with this stand, but today it seems to just be floating all over the place, okay? In me being very particular about this reading, and this is the reason why I'm rambling and telling you the backstory. It's so you know that like if you're in chaos, yes, you're in your right place. I was like, I can't use my normal deck. I don't know why. I felt like I didn't want to use the deck I've been using for a while. Then I realized I have a deck that looks like the thumbnail, that looks like pile 2. So if you're coming here for pile 2, I don't even know how I found a donut. I don't even know how that exists. Like it just happens to be a donut that makes sense here. So welcome. Welcome if you're here for that pile specifically, but each donut is very, very unique, and I already kind of began channeling stories for them. So you'll see when you get to your pile what I mean by that, okay? Already channeling every single one, okay? And if multiple piles are calling you, that's fine, because they're very different in the energy I'm already channeling. So you are a multifaceted human, therefore you're living a multifaceted experience. I'm going to try to fix the stand before we get into pile 1, but I just wanted to make it clear to you that, let me see what else I have to say. Okay, so let me just clarify what we will be looking at. We're going to just see what your dreams are telling you. We're going to see any angel numbers you may be seeing, any synchronicities, so symbols, signs. I do have the bird readings on my channel, so if you're seeing birds, maybe we'll get some clarity here, but I do have readings specific to that kind of energy. I have skeleton key readings and playlists, so maybe if you feel comfortable going there. Yeah, so I'm just, let's get into it. If you're overheated, slow down, sit down somewhere, because this feels like a group that needs to sit down somewhere. And maybe it's not everyone selecting the piles, but it's definitely those of you that watch the intro, okay? Like sit down somewhere, like take a break. Maybe you need to go rest, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna move on. For those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me verbally describe each pile, I'm gonna do it right now. Pile number 1 is a donut that I'm going to refer to as baby pink, right? Right, kind of feels like baby girl energy, but the color feels like baby lotion, like Johnson Johnson, all the things. So it's baby pink icing. It has like a patch at the top of white and pink sprinkles. So pile number 2 is what I'm going to call Purple Night Sky donut. Because it is a purple donut, it has a assortment of colors of sprinkles, as well as the sun and not the sun, the moon and the stars. So sun could be relevant. Pile number 3 is the reverse zebra. It is a chocolate donut with white stripes. And then pile number 4 is the cookies and cream. It's what you would consider to be Oreo. It is a white donut, and it does have actual like Oreo cookies sprinkled across in crumbs. All right. So I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1, my baby pink icing donuts. Let's see what your dreams are trying to tell you. Angel numbers, synchronicity, anything you may be seeing a lot of, or if you're struggling to sleep, things like that. So for those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, and I read from a polarity, which means there's often a light in the shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey, okay? And in the intro, it was chaos and confusion. Literally chaos and confusion. If you skip the intro, that's fine. You don't have to go back because it was chaos and confusion. So, in the grounding energy for your pal, there's something you need to get a grip of. There's something, just get a grip. I don't know what it is, but you need to get a grip. That's the words I'm hearing. That's the words I'm channeling. And for your specific donut, again, I felt very called to call it baby pink. So, I don't know if that's relevant. It could be. If it is, you're in your right place, right space for this pile. And I said it at 1 minute and 11 seconds into your message. So I want to call it out because you picked the pink donut. There is a crystal. For those of you that skipped the intro, I'm sorry if you didn't, but like, it'll be short. Didn't know what this was for a while. Someone was asking about it because they have one as well. And I was like, have no idea what it is. It's not even normally on this table. It's on a different table. Like, I completely forget about it. Well, in me trying to prepare for this reading and ground, I have I found the card. So here it is. It's a thuolite. It radiates love, compassion, happiness, joy, and all the things, and it clears energy, especially when we talk about trauma, okay, and inner demons and whatnot, okay? So maybe you need one of those, or maybe that's just what your dreams are trying to help you do, okay? Could very well be the case. So let me see. One of the messages that I am channeling with the get a grip, stop overreacting. I don't know, it's something you're overreacting. It could honestly, because I keep calling that baby pink, maybe it's a child, you're overreacting to something, okay? You're overreacting to something. So let me pull from these cards and see. I'm gonna start with this Spirit de la Lune. It is a moon deck. So let me see what's going on with my pile ones. What's going on with my baby pink donuts? Why? Oh, why? Okay, maybe we're gonna answer why something, okay? Maybe you're not sleeping well, maybe you're having issues with something. I don't know, we're gonna see. Tell me. I'm struggling to get I can't get a grip. So honestly, your key message here, pile one, is to get a grip, okay? It's like something you need to get a grip. I don't know what's going on. Like, if you need help with that, like, obviously get the support you need. And I don't mean just like mentally. I mean, like, if you need help with something that you're struggling with, you need to figure out how to get that help, okay? Because I can't get a grip of this deck. There we go. Honeymoon. Okay, productivity. Yeah, you gotta get a grip, okay? Like, your dreams are telling, if your dreams, whatever symbols you keep seeing, synchronicities, especially if you're seeing these references to honey, talks about self-love, self-care, talks about getting a grip, but this card specifically says productivity, right? When we talk about bees and we talked about, you know, the hive, like it's all about productivity. So something about efficiency, like you're not operating from the most efficient way, okay? And it's creating chaos in a way you sleep or are not sleeping in your day-to-day life. And I'm hearing birds. Go to the bird readings if that's not where you're coming from, okay? Hearing the chirp, hearing the chatter outside. So like you're not being productive in some way, okay? That's not an insult. That's you're making it harder than you need to make it whatever it is, okay? Because it's going to be different for all of you, okay? Because some of you, this is a reference possibly to like any child, whether expecting or fresh or just developmental. And others of you, this is your inner child healing, possibly things that processes. I heard the word habits, right? I heard the word trends, but routines you developed early childhood that you need to break to be more productive, to be more effective, to be more efficient day to day. All right? Because that's what's going on right now. You're not as efficient as you could be, and it's affecting your self-care. Okay? That's where we are. Now, the good thing about this is you're supported by the universe, by your higher self, by your spirit guides, right? Because honey is about sweetness, right? It's all about teaching you how to do those things and supporting you on that journey. So look at you. Look at you. I love that. And it makes sense. I'm definitely, if you're new, I'm definitely your reader, right? Because I have lots of references here. So I've got my honey calcite here. This is another one. I have my bumblebee jasper, a little peacock ore. I got, we got a little vibe going. So the fact that you came in immediately with that vibe, welcome to the family, okay? Crone, moon, deep wisdom. I feel like I have messages for you if you're new, and if you're not new, that means you don't listen to what I tell you, because I feel like this is really familiar. The crone moon talks about, it says deep wisdom, right? There are white feathers, so you may be coming from the birds with the white feathers on my channel. If not, go, because definitely heard a chirp like a minute ago, so they're sending you to the bird readings if you haven't been there. But this deep wisdom, in a maturing sense, says you already have the knowledge or the support around you that you need for this productivity. You're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're also that pile that keeps seeing 616. Like when I tap in with certain energies, I see certain numbers repeating, and like certain random ones do stick with me because they're random, right? Like you keep seeing a certain number over and over again that makes no sense. Some of you, it may not even be 616. It may just be like another random sequence of numbers, but you just keep seeing it all over the place. That's calling your attention to what I'm telling you, right? Your productivity, your efficiency day to day, and you kind of having the wisdom already available to you, you're just not utilizing it. Whether we're talking about you knowing what you should be doing and you're just not doing it, or you having the support around where I say you need to sit down somewhere, you're not being as efficient. There's help, like physical help, support people, specifically maternal figures, right? Because crones talk about older, more mature women, feminines, right? That's what we have here, okay? Especially when we talk about child rearing and things of that nature, all right? All right, well, we got a lot of space. Look at us. Yeah, so you have support around you, you're just not utilizing it. You have knowledge available to you, you're just not utilizing it, right? So let's pull more cards. I'm telling you, I have to tighten up. You got the lovers here. So some of you, you have a lot of support. The lovers is ruled by the sign of Gemini. Talks about twins, that could be relevant, but it also talks about duality and balance, right? Gemini rules communication, so you may not be communicating effectively enough to get what you need, okay? Tell me more about my baby pink donut. That's a lot. No. Something about the number 5, okay? Because I've got 3 cards here that wanted to come out with these, but I'm not doing that today. We're going to take these 2 and I'll pull one more. I mentioned communicating effectively what you need. The Page of Swords talks about messages. It's all about clear, concise communication. It also talks about efficiency, right? So it talks about getting to the point, knowing exactly what you need to do, knowing exactly what you need to say, who you need to say it to, and how. It talks about organizing yourself, right? And then we've got this 4 of Pentacles. This is combination. Get a grip, right? 4 of Pentacles, literally, in this deck. That's why I needed to use this deck. Just backstory, just to give some of you like the little backstories. I picked this deck because it was familiar to the thumbnail. So, I try to do what feels natural, what flows naturally, which I'm encouraging you to do as well. And you end up in your right place, right space, because this depiction of the Four of Pentacles is exactly what you need, right? I kept channeling, get a grip, get a grip. All cards don't look like this for this Four of Pentacles. Get a grip, okay? Four of Pentacles talks about being grounded, being stable. Just to give you perspective on what it means, like in a negative sense, it talks about clinging and like not budging and not letting things like go and being really stingy. This could be things that, you know, this could be associated with you right now, but that's the shadow side of this card. So you may need both the lighter and shadow sides of this card. I'm struggling to get my words together. You may struggle with communication, okay? And you may not want to budge when you have a certain perspective. You hard-headed. I'm not calling you names. I love this pile. You have really sweet energy, but like you hard-headed. You're definitely hard-headed because Page of Swords is like not budging with the Four of Pentacles. So like, don't do that because it's actually self-sabotage. Don't do that, okay? Be flexible, be adaptive, especially when people that can actually help you, that have knowledge that you don't, experience that you don't, are trying to like correct you when we talk about efficiency, because you're going to keep struggling if that's the case. That's why you're not sleeping or are having weird chaotic dreams or keep seeing symbols and feel out of alignment. Because these people selecting the readings today are people that are out, that feel out of alignment. Even if you're not, because you know, you're not always out of alignment when you feel in chaos. Sometimes you're just transitioning, right? You're in alignment if you're transitioning to where you're supposed to go. It just doesn't feel like it, right? So let me see. Tell me more about this baby pink donut. One more card from this deck and we will move forward. What are their dreams, the synchronicities, repeating numbers, angel numbers, whatever reason they stumbled upon this reading? What are we trying to tell this group? What do they need to know? This is going to be a special card because it's taking a lot. It's like, oh, no. There's a very distinct, very particular card that needs to come out. Something about a Queen of Pentacles. There is a feminine energy on the table, right? There's like a mature, like Crone Moon is like a mature energy. So it could be like mother, grandmother type energy, just older feminine energy. Queen of Pentacles is very much so a Queen of Pentacles, right? So there may be someone, like your dreams are calling your attention to someone possibly feminine nature. Likely more mature, just in general, right? Could be older, and that's relative to everyone, right? But again, crone represents mother, grandmother, okay? So yeah, but this Queen of Pentacles could be someone clinging, right? Could be a conversation that needs to be had about like boundaries. I get that, because Four of Pentacles could be a lack of boundaries. And then we also have an energy of someone that has wisdom, right? So in the shadow side, it could be someone that's like overstepping boundaries, and the lighter side, it's someone that really knows what they're talking about that could really help you, and you just have to find that balance. We'll try to develop it, but there is that energy here, especially since we have a Page of Pentacles with a Queen of Pentacles with a Page of Swords. It's like more mature feminine energy, younger masculine energy. Could be any relationship dynamic, but there's a call to attention, especially since in the center of that we have that Four of Pentacles, which talks about clinging energy. Could be a thing, okay? Let me see. Or someone trying to ground you. Like I said, there's a light and a shadow. The bottom we have the Four of Swords, which talks about healing, recovery, rest. Exactly. So everything, like that's the card talks about rest, okay? Healing, recovery, rest. So any knowledge you're getting regarding healing, recovery, rest, especially from someone older and more mature, especially feminine in nature, they know what they're talking about, okay? Especially when we talk about people that I'm getting a very specific instances, like if we're talking medical advice, because the honeymoon feels like a nurturer, right? Like honey is like when we talk about like nature's medicine. I'm not I don't know the word like to describe. I'm not like super hippie, like where you're like, oh, I don't believe in like going to the doctor and all that. I definitely am not that kind of a person, but like for symbolic purposes on the table, like nature's medicine and all the things like that, like honey and all of the herbs and everything, which do work, by the way, with professional support. If there is someone with professional knowledge, right? When we talk about health, wellness, healing, recovery, especially since this is a pile where I'm calling it like baby pink, where we talk about like possibly like childbirth and things of that nature. That doesn't have to be you, but like that's taking me to medical health based advice. If you're getting medical health based advice, you need to heed it. If you feel like you may need medical health based advice, go get it. Okay? Like, your dreams could literally be telling you to go to the doctor. If you feel like you need to go to the doctor, I always tell you to go to the doctor. Okay? But yeah, there's a dynamic here. So let me pull from these other decks. I don't want to alarm anyone and make you think that like something may be wrong with you. I don't know that that's a thing. If like, I don't know that that's a thing. It's just saying to prioritize. Because here's the thing. When you run yourself down, that's already like a medical emergency. Like, people burn out all the time and end up in a hospital. So like, I think I mentioned like get a grip and all the things. Like, slow down, sit down somewhere, get a grip. Like, some of you, that's the thing. And also, sitting down somewhere and getting a grip will help you organize yourself enough to where you're not overreacting, because this is an overreacting pile, and not in a, oh, you're just, it's as easy as just stop overreacting, but like, maybe you're tired, maybe you're overwhelmed, and because of that, you're not able to see things clearly, and it feels like there's at least one person around that may be able to, right? That may be able to help you a little bit. Okay. All right. So tell me more about my baby pink donut. And don't be hard-headed. That's a huge theme here, is being hard-headed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, what's that? Your dreams. Yeah. Talks about efficiency. Your dreams need a practical plan. We've got the full moon in Taurus. Both signs ruled by Venus. So this is a heavy Venus-based pile, which I love. And let me tell you why. So, honeybee, Venus-based energy talks about, again, self-love, self-care, and your dreams are, even if they're scary, or if you're not sleeping, even if it's scary, and maybe there's a person around, I don't know, regardless of if there needs to be boundaries with the person is there to help. I don't know who it is, right? When we talk about older feminine, they I think they mean well based on this energy. If it doesn't feel like it, a lot of you, they mean well and they're overextending, and maybe set the boundary. And then there's another group of you where they're possibly overextending, but you're struggling bad. You're struggling real bad. And this person knows what they're talking about, and they're trying to help you not be in chaos. And you're just being real hard-headed about it. So like, find where you are in here. And again, it doesn't have to be those very specific instances I mentioned. Okay? It doesn't have to be that. It just fits somewhere, like somewhere you have available to you knowledge, wisdom, whether via a person or just internally, just knowing what you're supposed to be doing and you just refuse to. I don't know what's going on. But if you do what you're supposed to do, right, and organize yourself and become a little more efficient and just be a little more open and receptive to help where it's needed, you won't be so run down. Like, spirit wants you to like love yourself, like have enough energy and time to pour into yourself, right? And it doesn't feel like you have that. It doesn't feel like you have the energy to pour honey into yourself. You got both signs ruled by the planet Venus, which talks about like loving and all the things, right? Your dreams need a practical plan, efficiency, right? And we do have a new romantic cycle begin. So this talks about partnership. We could be talking about love. Your dreams could be calling your attention to something you need to do regarding romance, your romance. But Libra in general is just partnerships. It talks about balance, harmony, diplomacy, knowing how to like cooperate, collaborate with other people and things like that, right? Finding a balance between how much help is too much help, how much is overextending. It feels like a boundary. This is a boundary pile. So finding the boundary, right? Also self-love, self-care, being more organized and more efficient, okay? That's what we're talking about here. But I do not want it lost on me when we talk about because Venus is very heavy here, and we do have this card, could be something romantic in nature as well. So if you're coming from all of the love readings, that's why. So let me pull from this other deck. My left hand began to itch just now. They want me, yeah, they want me to mention that's not just love, self-care, and all the things. Whereas this is the the sign that rules a house of like your relationships and your formal on paper contracts. This is the house that rules your assets, your money, your self-worth, and all the things. Okay, so we could be talking about contracts, we could be talking about money. Your dreams are calling that to your attention. Definitely the case. All right. Definitely the case. Because look, I got house 2 is there. That's the house I'm talking about when we talk about your money, your wealth, your assets. So some of you may be overextending in that area. Have to open your mouth. People don't know what you need if you don't say. Because sometimes I feel like a lot of conflict can be avoided if you set clear boundaries. Like some people jump, when you lack communication skills and the ability to interact with people in a healthy way, people jump from, oh, let me overextend, to, oh no, I have to cut these people off. It doesn't have to be that black and white. Like sometimes you can set a healthy boundary with someone, like, you know what I mean? Like if this person, like if we're talking about people that just will not have boundaries at all, then that's that they don't respect you, and that's another issue. But like if we're talking about people where you have to set a boundary, and setting boundaries is hard because once you let people get out of control, then I mean it, you know, when you pull back, it's like it feels like you're doing something bad to them. But like I don't know, I just feel like needs to be like we need to communicate effectively here before overreacting, okay? Because this feels like a pile that may get upset with somebody and angry, and the person's like, well, wait, what? Well, why didn't you say you were upset? I didn't realize I was, you know, crossing boundaries. You know what I mean? Like you have to let people know, like stop it immediately as it happens. Like don't just let it like build up to a point where you're having dreams about it. Because the point where you start having dreams is something you've been ignoring. Because your dreams, that's your subconscious mind. Everybody's like, oh, spiritual, woo woo, tarot reading. When your dreams, that's psychological, right? That's your inner turmoil. So if you're having dreams that about certain things, or dreams that are like representative of and symbolic of certain things, that means you just been letting that like fester for a while. Don't do that. That's not good for your health. I'm seeing 2121, okay? House 5, passion, play, children, confidence, creativity. So we could be talking about children. We could be talking about childhood. We could be talking about, like, when I say childhood, I mean we could be talking about you and your parents, all the things like that. Childhood is impactful in some way, okay? All right? But this is your joy, your pleasure, your passion, your personality, being able to be who you are without judgment, without critique, without having to manipulate yourself because you're being told to do, you know what I mean? Like things like that. So make sure you're prioritizing that side. Look at me, prioritizing that. Yeah, don't turn your back on that. I have this Gemini energy here. It came out earlier. We have curiosity, intellect, and networking. Your dreams are telling you to prioritize networking for sure. Anytime I see anything regarding like your money and your assets, you know, I'm always going to call that out just because, you know, that's important. But this Gemini energy on the table, let me create more space because we will definitely need it. Gemini talks about, again, twins. So I mentioned twins earlier. It could be a thing, or it could just be a mirroring. Or when I'm hearing the word, like, you know, when we think of twins in the symbolism, sometimes we think of like comparison. Like this could be comparison. So where you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, or where you have people around you that are constantly comparing you to other people, like where we mirror like that, like that's the thing that's on your mind. Like you have to, I'm trying to find a way to word this in a way that will be helpful for you, this group. Comparison is not bad, but like it's more like a guideline, right? Like let guideline. There's a certain like guideline, and you glance at it and you're like, okay, this is the general way I'm supposed to be doing something, right? And if I want to be doing things the right way, this is kind of the baseline of what you do, right? But you don't want to like dwell and ruminate and think about other people all the time, because when you do that, it makes it difficult to find yourself and who you are and how you express yourself, right? Because this is a house where you express yourself, right? Passionately and joyfully. So don't be overreacting to other people. One, okay? So let me see. Definitely get organized. You do lack efficiency in some way, okay? And that's a thing. Okay, your dreams are definitely telling you could be a little more effective, efficient in something, in some way. So just organize it and work it out. And like, it doesn't have to be hard. If anything, is going to feel really good as you find your routine, your structure, just because, again, like you're gonna feel like you have a lot more time. You're gonna feel like you have a lot more energy. You're not gonna have all these weird chaotic dreams. You're gonna be more passionate. You might like find somebody or have more time for the person that you're with. That's where we are with this group. Okay, so let me pull from these. Oh no, I'm here. I felt like I skipped the deck. Ooh, I'll think about it. I felt like I skipped the deck and I did not. And then I looked at that love deck. And you know what? I'm not going to do that to you. Let me pull from this deck. I'll pull from it. It's a pink deck too. So I'll pull one card from this pink deck. I'll do it. And then I'll go back to what I was doing. Because I may actually be able to wrap this up quicker. Because the dreams are telling you to make sure you have healthy boundaries in your relationships where you need them. It's telling you to, what did I say? Heed advice for people that know what they're talking about, right? Make sure you're getting enough rest and make sure you're being efficient enough in the way that you manage your time so that you're not overwhelmed and overworked and you have time for the things that you enjoy as well. Yeah, you got two. Okay, so I'll take the bottom. Forgive and heal. I like it because it's not even like necessarily love-based. This could be a love-based connection I'm talking about, but again, we're going to keep it general for everybody here. We have forgive and heal. It says, as you forgive and heal, your love life becomes brighter and healthier. We have past life. There may be a past life connection or unfinished business with this person. So you may have unfinished business with somebody and that's what you're having weird dreams about. Or you may feel that. You don't have to like clear it up with anyone specific. I don't know how it ended. We're not looking for that. But if you have baggage from a person, you can clear that, move on, like find a way to forgive where that needs to happen and move on with your life. You may be having dreams about past lives. I mentioned that crystal that is on the table that is pink like your donut, and the fact that it is also a crystal that talks about facing and removing your inner demons, right? We talked about that. Talked about shielding you from unnecessary pain and trauma, like your dreams. So like you may be healing. You have that on the table with the Four of Swords. You're deeply healing, okay? And you might be lonely. If you're not in a relationship, you're a little lonely. You might need to find somebody, okay? If you have a partner, you may miss them, or maybe your needs are not being met in the connection, and that needs to be a conversation with your partner, because we have ecstasy. Your partner elevates your mind, body, and soul. This feeling of pleasure is, electrifying. So something about not being fulfilled romantically is here, wherever that falls for you. So have the conversation that needs to be had in whatever connection you're in, or prioritize, right? Heal, clear whatever baggage you have that may be stopping you from connecting romantically, right? Be more productive and efficient with your time so that you can actually prioritize that, because that falls into this joy and pleasure, right? When you're efficient with your time, you have more time for joy and pleasure. And then you can go out and find you somebody, right? Where that applies, or again, have more time for whatever partner you have. So let me pull from what I intended to pull from. It's okay. You may be having dreams regarding like rejection, because at the bottom you have, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. That's okay. Don't worry about rejection. That's life, okay? And I say that because you don't want to be the person where you think, because you may think everybody does not like you, right? And you want to know who does not. You want to know what spaces are not for you, because like you can't be yourself authentically when you're in spaces where, you're pretending. Because that's what it is. When you're around people that you don't actually like, or that don't actually like you, when you're having to like manipulate yourself to like fit in, that's not good. I mean, there's a difference between compromising for the sake of, like a relationship or like a connection, but there's a difference between like becoming a whole new person. Like if you have to be a whole new person, somebody that's completely not you at all, then like obviously that's not a connection for you, because these people don't even like you, because if they do, why you have to be somebody totally different, right? Like completely different. Exactly. So yeah, that's what you need to know. And also where we're having a clash, I don't know who this mature figure is that you may be clashing with. Again, it feels maternal. Doesn't have to be like biological or anything. It feels maternal. I lost what I was gonna say. I don't know. I don't know what that clash is, but maybe you're just not compatible. I mean, it could be like some of you may be an in-law, honestly, and that's, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. That's a whole nother reading. So I'm gonna take these two cards in the bottom. Activated earth. Okay, so power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Okay, activated earth feels like grounded energy. Okay, something, your dreams are activating you to move in some way on the material plane, to build on the material plane. We have this houses and things. We talk about contracts, we talk about communication and networking, we talk about assets and money. So like activated earth, like you're stepping into a period where you have a heightened level of being able to create and manifest. And everybody's like, oh, that's woo-woo words. I'm saying like build. Like if you go out and work, you're going to get money, period, the end. So like that's what your dreams are telling you. Like, okay, we're trying to organize you. Like your spirit guides are like, we're trying to organize you. You got to be a little more efficient. You can't play around because this is a time we're activating earth. We're building. That's what's happening in your dreams. Or that's what's giving you anxiety. You're feeling that push because it's like you're playing around. We're trying to get this together. Come on, we got things to do. That's what's happening in your dreams. Okay. Like we're building, right? Because you can always build and you're always going to have opportunities, but we all have key periods of time in life, key transits. If you study astrology within our lives and our charts, where it's like, ooh, there's a spike of energy right here that if you really take advantage of, it can help carry you for the rest of your life. And you can just keep building off of that. That's what's happening right now. Okay. Pay attention. Look what came back. You're not for everyone. That's okay. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. That's fine. Activate, your earth is being activated. You're not for everyone. That's a good thing. It means you're stepping into your power. You're stepping into your identity. You're stepping into who you are on this earth. And the people and the situations for you are going to come to you naturally. Because you can't profit. Look, I heard the word you can't profit. I meant to say you can't prosper just in general, internally or externally, when you're not being your authentic self. Okay? Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. So your dreams are telling you something very basic, but do wait. Okay, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. Okay, so things are activating. So if you feel like you're in chaos, I get it. Okay, you may be that one from the beginning. Yeah, because we've got the 7-star sisters. This could, you know what, I got a lot of feminine energy here, and I call that like the baby pink, right? And like it's 7-star sisters. So something about 7-star sisters, because it says birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. And you even have a portal here. So you do have a portal. The problem is you may be a little bit ahead of yourself. I think I said, sit down somewhere. What was I saying? Like you need to like, I don't know what I said at the beginning, but it was something along the lines of like sit down somewhere, like you overreacting and all of the things. Just wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. So not quite yet. You have a heightened sense of where you're going, and you may be a little ahead of yourself. That's probably a lack of efficiency. You lack efficiency because you're trying to do too much too soon. That's this group. You're trying to get ahead of yourself. You're trying to act with a level of development you have not experienced. And that may be the clash with some of these, like some of these people on the table, like the mature, possibly feminine in nature, people truly just lack boundaries in one area or the other. But there's parts of you that where you're trying to get a little bit of ahead. Like for example, I'll use the having a child example. Okay, first time parent, or I don't know, young parent, doesn't matter, newborn, right? And you got like grandmothers, aunties, moms, mother-in-laws, all people around, and they got like, back in the day people would have like 10-12 kids. So like they've done this a gazillion times, and they're like, listen, if you would just do this, it'll be fine. And you're like, no, I know what I'm doing. But you kind of don't know what you're doing because like you've not done it before, so you don't know what you're doing. You're learning. And like if you're, you know what I'm saying, like that's an example I'm using because it's like wait and slow down. You're lacking efficiency because you think you know more than you do in whatever area. I just use that as an example because it was a story that like came through prominently. So like we could be talking about work, contracts, because that's on my table. When we talk about money, investments, we could be talking about health, wellness. Like you think, if you just had surgery and somebody else had that same surgery and you're trying to move around in a way that they're like, that's not going to work. You're like, I know what I'm doing. They're like, ooh, you're going to be right back in the hospital. Because I've had that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that I don't want to say it's common sense, but it's like if somebody has actually done it before, you don't have to do exactly what they're telling you, But I mean, people know stuff, okay? Because I got a strong vibe of you're just blatantly ignoring certain advice that may actually be completely useful and stop you from having weird, chaotic dreams. So that's this pile. So let me pull from this other one. So activated earth, you're not for everyone, but wait, okay? Let me see what's going on. One more. I'm powering through this pile, I'm not gonna lie, because these normally are super long. Some of y'all are like, powering through, we're at 30 something minutes. Yeah, but this pile is hard-headed. I'm not gonna lie, this pile would have probably been like 20 minutes, but the lack of efficiency I stepped into for the group actually slowed me down, I'm not gonna lie. Because I remember the pile for the most part, and I don't feel like this was a 30-minute conversation that I just had. So now I feel like, I feel like I did a lot of repeating, and like the way that I did this reading for this pile was extremely inefficient. Like in a way that I know I could have done better. And I ramble and all of the things a lot, but that's just the nature of the energy I channel. Here, I knew exactly what I was saying and how I was saying it, and I just did it inefficiently anyway. I don't know. Watch that, okay? Don't live like that. Take a break. Sit down somewhere, okay? How many times have I said that? Like if you somebody count how many times I say that. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Some of you are like trying to be physically active in the way you're really supposed to be sitting down somewhere. Like some of you are not supposed to be physically moving. Stop that. And then also a life's work, not a season. You're not gonna, like, I don't know what you think this is. Like, you know, like I don't mean to be the like lecture fuss, but this feels like a pile that wants to know more than it needs to know before way too early. You're trying to do way too much too early, and it's negatively impacting you. Like you're ahead, like you're trying to be in like, I don't know, like year 5 or something that you're like year 1, like you're doing way too much. Stop, please. Okay, I don't know why it's coming through like that. Okay, Mensakan, longing for home, belonging to the original light workers. Some of you are trying too hard also to fit in somewhere where it's just not gonna work. Okay, because we have you're not for everyone that kept coming out. Like know that you're looking for your place, your space, but wait, that's what you got. Okay. Some of you, that's not even the case. You want so desperately to like belong that you're overreacting, right? Like you are overextending. So like you want to belong, you want to fit in, you don't want to have people not like you. So by you not wanting people to not like you, you're doing way too much. You're being way too helpful. You're burning yourself out. You're overextending like your development. Like, you know what I mean? Like if, like, for example, we're talking about a job and like your entry level, you're trying to be like manager level. Like you're the type that's in the office, you're acting like the manager and you're not the manager. You know what I mean? Like that's not your job. That's not your role. But you want to belong. You want to be accepted. And you don't want to upset, you know, people that you feel like it feels like that approval, needing that approval for authority figures kind of a vibe. In some instances, like think about what I'm saying in the analogies that could come through, okay? So I'm gonna just get you some advice and close this out because it didn't need to be this long. Set boundaries where you feel like they've been overstepped, and listen to the elders that are talking to you where they know what they're talking about. There's a balance. I just saw equilibrium. Like it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing, okay? And make sure you're sitting down somewhere, especially if we're talking about like physical ailments, like sit down somewhere before you hurt yourself. All right. Let go is your advice. You're fine, okay? I'm gonna just leave that here. It says take a break, right? Take a break. Get off the treadmill. A life's work, not a season. Let go, right? Let go. I'll get, do I even have the book right here? Because I wanted to get you some advice. Look at me. Oh, no, I'm not ready. Some of you, like exactly, you're trying to do things before you're ready because I'm not ready. What? Where's the book? Okay, I guess you don't need the book. You don't need the book. Let go. Sit down somewhere. You're not meant to get a message because I don't even know what I did with the book. So let go. Sit down somewhere. Take a break. Let go. You're fine when we talk about financial security, okay? Your dream lead a practical plan. Even if you don't feel fine, I mean, what are you going to do if you genuinely need to sit down somewhere? You're being told to wait, to let go, to take a break. You have financial security. Sit down. I don't know what's going on. Some of you have a lot going on. Maybe pick another pile, maybe go to other readings, but sit down somewhere, okay? Let go. You have financial security, okay? So that is all I have for you today, my baby pink donut. Hopefully it resonated. Ooh, some of you can't even think. Some of you can't even think. Go lay down, because I was like, I say this every single reading. I got like what, 300 readings almost, and I say this every single time, and I completely blanked on what I need to say, because you can't even think. You're so exhausted and like in chaos, you can't think. Go sit down somewhere. So that is all I have for you today, pile number 1. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 2, my purple night sky donut. Like I said, I have no idea how I found, before I even get into the reading, I have no idea how I found that donut. It was completely random, and when I saw it, I was like, oh no, this one has to be a pile because it looks just like the thumbnail. So love it. And the interesting thing is, the whole reason we're using this deck today is because I was like, yeah, it looks like that donut. It looks like the thumbnail. So maybe I should use this at least from time to time for this reading. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We already got synchronicities for this pile. So I'm really excited to see what's going to come out for this group. Like I said, I'm calling it the purple night sky, purple dream donut, because it feels like a dream, right? And I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like I'm hesitating. So I'm going to just go out here on a limb and throw out there that you're probably hesitating on something. I don't know what you're hesitating on. Maybe we'll get some information, but I feel like I can feel myself stalling and hesitating. Ooh, I can feel myself stalling and hesitating for absolutely no reason. So you're doing that in some area of life. So we're going to see. But we're going to see just in general what your dreams are telling you. Why you may be having difficulty dreaming, if you're seeing angel numbers, any synchronicities. Like I have the bird reading, so if you're seeing birds, I have a playlist for that. I have skeleton key, any symbols you're seeing. Let's try to see what we get here. Now, for those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, and I often read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in a lesson, in a journey. I am explicitly being told that this pile needs to know, yes, you can have multiple piles, as many as call you, because the goal here for me, which is why I always fuss when people pick multiple piles, ironically enough, is to have different energies in each group. So if there's repeated messages, it means you're hard-headed and you're picking those piles, you know, where they're repeating you're hard-headed and it's a message you really need to heed because it keeps saying it over and over. But it should be able to touch you in different areas of life or different perspectives of a dream. So like I've had people put piles together and get what they feel could be a personal reading. I've had people go to one pile and be like, well, that's what I needed. It was my personal reading. So wherever you're called, go. Just make sure you're going in the order that you're called. So like if this pile called you first, come here. Whichever one would be secondary, like it's in the order, right? That's how it is. That's how it's been known to work. So I'm going to just hop into it. Let me start with this deck. I want to get a good little shuffle, but we are leading with the channeled energy of you stalling somewhere, somehow, but it doesn't need to dominate. That's just what we'll see. So tell me about my purple night sky donut. Tell me about this purple night sky. You could be dreaming of purple skies. Oh, okay, you're that group. Let's look at it. It's fine. We're not going to be that way. The goal was 1. So you are definitely a pile that may have multiple piles, whether we're talking about you having more than one pile in this specific reading, or if you have another pile in the other dream readings. I'm going to make that playlist because now that I have a 3rd video, I have no excuse not to make a playlist. So if other piles and other dream, maybe, I don't know, or just other readings. So let's start here. Selenite cleanses energy, okay? Through itself, right at the selenite crystal. Selenite cleanses energy, okay? It actually cleanses other crystals. So if you have crystals, make sure you're cleansing them. Selenite, you can just put them next to selenite overnight and it cleanses them, okay? So let me see. You're definitely coming from pile 1. I say that if it was calling you, go. Leave it alone. If it's not, like, don't make piles be your piles if they're not. You have this incoming energy of productivity. So your dreams are either telling you that you're becoming more productive, or they're trying to teach you how to become more productive. Honey, moon. Okay. Bees are very efficient, right? They're very, very efficient. Okay. It matches the energy on the table. I got the honey calcite, peacock org. I got honeybee jasper, bumblebee jasper. Your dreams are telling you you're lacking in courage. So you may be seeing repeating fours, repeating ones and fours, because that honeymoon is a number 4 and this is number 14. Okay, so you may be seeing 414, but courage. So your dreams are teaching you how to be more productive so that you don't lack courage, so that you don't hesitate. Whatever area of life we're talking about, okay? Whatever area we're talking about, how to be more productive, how to be more efficient so we don't have the issue with courage, okay? Surrender, because you're not surrendering. Okay, this is another, you are, okay, oh, okay, lacking focus. Now you know this is a circular deck. There is no way all of these, look at it, all of these cards, look, yeah, exactly, heroes upright. Like there's no way all of these cards are like that, but you're not listening because you lack guidance. You're not listening. I don't know what this, okay, so let me see. You're not listening. I'm gonna sit with this for a second because I need to see. So increased productivity, lack of courage, lack of surrendering, lack of focus, lack of guidance. Well, they all over you right now. That's probably why you're having chaotic dreams or are not sleeping. That's more of the shadow. Now, the lighter side of this is the increased productivity so that all of this energy uprights. Like if you, like, you know what I mean? Like if this is, or remember, past, present, and incoming energy. If you historically didn't heed guidance, lacked courage, refused to surrender, lacked focus, you're seeing an incoming energy of productivity to put you on the right path. Okay? That's what's coming in for you. That's what the dreams are trying to push you towards, or the anxiety, the symbols are trying to push you towards, okay? Let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 2. I think that's why they did that, like, right? Because I'm telling you, I don't know where that donut came from, but it's like, yeah, let's make sure we put a donut that's really going to get their attention because they need to listen, they need to see. Like on that other side of the pile where it's like you don't listen, they're like, they're going to listen to this because the donut's going to be so loud that they can't ignore it. That's funny. Tell me more about my pile number 2. What's the dream that's telling them? The angel number, synchronicities, all of the things. 1, 2, 3. That's too many. So I got my 3. So all at once, something all at once. You may be trying to do too much at one time. That feels familiar. But also some things where you're hesitating, just get it out of the way. Just if you hurry up and do it, you won't have to worry about it. Okay? So let me see. 3 of Pentacles talks about collaboration. Okay? Talks about working on teams efficiently, right? Yeah, because the main theme here is collaboration. And then more 3s. 3 is a relevant number. We've got the 3 of Wands, which talks about looking ahead. It talks about collaborating and doing so in a way where you're thinking long term. Okay? Like when we talk about productivity, when we talk about, again, incoming energy of productivity, when we talk about productivity, when we talk about efficiency, figuring out how to collaborate, and it could be with other people or just internally, like make sure things are flowing in a way, right? Because collaboration could be the pieces. I'm hearing, which is funny to me, I'm hearing like the different parts of your body, right? Your mind, your spirit, and all of the things like that working together so that you're more successful, I guess, long term. Okay, thinking long term. So I don't know how I'm going to do this because I got way more than I wanted. This is out of order. And then you got the 4 of Swords. So yeah. 4 of Swords talks about rest, talks about healing, talk about recovery, talks about being efficient and collaborating in a way so that eventually you can rest. That may be a literal message for some of you, but it also feels like, you know how people are like, let me make a short-term sacrifice so that eventually I can have the lifestyle I want. That's what I see, right? Collaborating, working, building something. So that, again, because 3 of Wands is looking ahead, right? And for whatever reason with you, The dreams are trying to highlight the lack of connection here, because I'm having trouble stemming this message together right here. So like you may not be grasping how to go from collaborating efficiently in a way that is beneficial long term. Because like, right, like, because here you've done all you can do and you're just waiting to see the results, right? Like you've literally done everything you could do in the most effective way possible. You're just waiting kind of, you know, to see how it's going to turn out. And this is the rest that you get after working, right? Some of you, your dreams are telling you to collaborate more effectively so that you can rest. Something about you're not working effectively enough, right? Like that productivity incoming, they're trying to teach you how to do that so that you do more in like teams, or you consolidate or like delegate in a way where, you know, you can kind of more, because this also feels like kind of supervise and observe, right? So like if you're where you're able, you get support here and you just kind of make sure that it's done the way you want or how you want it done so that you can rest, right? Instead of micromanaging. We could be talking about work. We could be talking about day-to-day life. We could be talking about a household, right? Where there's a bunch of people that live together and it's like, okay, this is your role, this is your role, this is your role, and we're all going to do it the best we can. And we're just going to check behind each other so that we're not overworking ourselves. I don't know, it's a specific instance, but it could be an analogy for a variety of things, okay? I don't know that I thought this message would be that specific. Yeah, we got the death, the transformation right here. Okay, death is a transformation. Things have to change. The way that you're living your life and doing things has to change. Okay, for the goals you have, because this talks about goals, the goals you have, where you want to be, who you want to be, things have to change. Okay, whether you realize that or not. Like some of you, you're in the death transformation, and that productivity is incoming because you may realize, right? You may be realizing you lack the guidance. You lack the courage, you lack the surrendering, you lack the focus, and you're kind of in this mode. Others of you, they're telling you like you have to switch things up to do what you want to do, okay? So let me see. Tell me my dreams. What are the dreams telling my purple night sky? There's something there. Hold on. Some of you don't know how to put your day away. Got it. Okay. This talks about working with other people and collaborating. This talks about kind of waiting for the results, and this talks about resting. So some of you are not like you lack patience, right? Like you like when you go lay down, you're still thinking about the things you're working on. You still think about the things you're waiting for instead of resting. And like it's running you down. You have to stop that. Like your dream, like if you're not sleeping at all, the anxiety, and if you're seeing a lot of symbols, if you're seeing a lot of bees, if you're seeing just a lot of symbols just in general, repeating numbers, all the things, you're being explicitly told to stop that. Like death means stop that, cut that out. Like when you go to sleep, go to sleep. Like don't be thinking about what you're working on, what you're waiting for and all things. Like go to sleep, because it's creating anxiety. And when you have anxiety, you're not able to be productive. You lack courage because you're not thinking clearly, and you're jumpy because you're not sleeping, and then you're not surrendering, right? You lack focus again because you're not listening. So stop, cut that out. Some of your dreams are like explicitly saying to cut that out. Ten of Pentacles talks about like family, talks about community, talks about your money. Stop that. Okay, so tell me more about my pile number 2, my purple night sky, please. What are my purple night sky's dreams telling them? Angel number, signs, synchronicities, all of the things. Well, look at you. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna. The birds are chirping. Nothing will come of the situation. All right. Balance spirituality and practicality. Expect powerful change. Hey, there we go. Transformation. So something about the eclipse that recently happened. I've been getting that message a lot. May have been a time period where like things are called to your attention and all the things where you're like really struggling and all the things. Balance, spirituality, and practicality is the full moon in Pisces, which happens during Virgo season. Could be relevant times, seasons, placements. It's saying to ground, right? Nothing will come up to the situation. Balance spiritually and practically, and expect powerful change. You also have here the new moon in Sagittarius, which could be a relevant sign or season. Luck is on your side. So stop whatever you stop, okay? Let me see. This is a pile where the energy around you, right? Whatever you're seeing, synchronicities, angel numbers. If you're actually sleeping instead of like staying up all night worrying, if when you're sleeping, your dreams are trying to let you know like, hey, you have like make changes where you're being called, like where you're ignoring guidance, but also like you're overreacting. If you ground your energy, you won't be as lacking in focus, lacking in courage, all anxious, okay? Because this is my anxious pile. That's why I have that donut that's super loud for you. I was like, why? Because I'm serious. I don't know how I found that donut. I don't know where that came from. I have like where I make my thumbnails. There's like, you know, royalty free imagery where I can kind of sort through. And I was like, how, like, what are the chances that I find one exactly like this thumbnail that I pieced together? Because I actually layered for that. Like I designed that one. So what are the odds that I find a donut that looks like that? You know what I'm saying? So that was chaotic. So let me pull from this. But I mean, apparently this is a chaotic pile. This is a pile, general message, regardless of what area of life we're talking about. You're not like whatever you're worrying about, it's nothing. You're worried about nothing. You're overreacting. And I don't like to say that because I truly don't know what's going on in your life. That whatever your spirit guides got going on, they're like, don't worry about it. Like, let things change as they need to change. It's going to be for the best. Whatever is happening, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Because whatever changes are happening, I know that it feels scary because eclipse energy can be scary, and it says expect powerful change, and then you have the death. So like, you know, I could see why this would be an energy of feeling worried, but like the group is like, no, stop worrying about it. Stop overreacting to it. Is decreasing the productivity. So let me get, okay, all right, I'll take this one in the bottom. Yeah, look at you, the moon. So we've got the moon. You pick the donut that has moons all over it and stars. It says satisfy emotional needs, nurture yourself and others. So yeah, this is a pile of needing to take care of yourself, making sure you're sleeping at night. You may be a night owl, right? You may be a night owl, and that maybe when you have a lot of creative ideas that can really change your life. Like I'm getting that this is a pile of people that like when you're not sleeping at night because you just don't do like they say, you have a lot of creative ideas. You have a lot of great ideas that actually could be very prosperous for you. That's why you have this lucky energy. Sagittarius is higher learning, higher knowledge. It's that great, like it's great ideas, right? It's where you learn things. So some of you are really learning things in your dreams, and like, or you're learning how to apply the knowledge you've acquired in your dreams. Like Pisces actually rules dreams, right? The sign that's the season of Virgo where this moon happens is actually the sign that rules like analysis. This is that group. Like you're, you know, again, while it is saying to stop overreacting and overanalyzing things so that you can rest, you do have a lot of brilliant things that could be put to use day-to-day life, right, to help you get ahead. Okay. And then we have the North Node, destined to have. So you're like, your signs, your synchronicities for sure, the birds chirping, whatever it is you see here, making sure you know that you are on path. Let me see if I can. Taking too many of those cards really threw me off. There we go. There we go. All right. Pushing you towards your North Node. Who you're meant to be, where you're meant to be, with who you're meant to be with. Okay. There we go. Let me see. I don't know. I felt like this power would be a little more deeper. I think it just wanted that, like it just wanted the table wanted to scream at you because I expected a lot more. I had high hopes for that donut because it's like it was special. So I was like, let me see. But no, it was just fussing at you. Like stop overreacting to everything. Especially those of you that are coming from multiple piles. Your life is a canvas, okay? You're very, very creative. Let me get... I want to say the one thing that is like the loudest message on this pile, the most general message that's gonna apply for like most people. You're headed where you're supposed to be, okay? Where you haven't been listening, there, like the energy is shifting you to be more productive, more active. Like that's the call to action, is to be more productive, more active, where you haven't been listening, where you haven't been focusing. But all in all, the worries are not real worries. And I hate saying that collectively, because I have no idea what's going on. Like people could be living in turmoil, but like that's the thing, like whatever mundane things you're concerned about, I'll say it like that, nothing will come of the situation. Ground your energy, balance spirituality, practicality, and anticipate things to be to work out in your favor, because you've got luck is on your side. Okay, so whatever transformation ending is for your highest good. Okay, when we talk about where you're supposed to go. Okay, so tell me, pile number 2, my purple night sky. Tell me what the dreams mean, synchronicities, angel numbers, all of the stuff for my purple night sky. I don't know what this is. This is like a, right? It's like taking a lot. It's not coming out. What's going on? Do we not want this deck? I don't know that I've had that happen in a long time, but every now and then, I say well now and then, it's literally been years since I've had a deck be like, I'm not speaking to this group. So I don't, does this, I bet you I know what's wrong. I bet you I know what's wrong. I pulled the love deck in the previous pile, and then I did not in this one. I looked at it and I said no, because I was hoping I would make this a little shorter, but I'll pull from it now that I've gotten these. So we've got double mission, light worker, star seed, serve the world by being you. Some of you are not living your truth. Some of you are not being who you're supposed to be. Some of you have 2 distinct things you're supposed to be working on, things you're supposed to be prioritizing, and you're not. So some of you are overreacting in one area of life, and there's a completely other area of life that you're forfeiting, where they're screaming at you to stop doing that, because double mission, there's 2 things you're supposed to be working on at the same time right now. So I don't know what that's gonna resonate, how it resonates, but take that for sure, because that came out immediately, because it was like, okay, you're taking too long to do something, we're not going to give you the cards. Honestly, it's probably romance based, because I'm just going to let these sit here, because I'm going to pull from this deck, because I was supposed to when I step into y'all's energy, I act all kinds of weird ways, so I'm not going to lie. And because I have no real reason to not want to pull from this deck. There's no reason for me to act like that. But I think that was me just kind of stepping into the energy of you and what your dreams. Like some of you may be avoiding like love. That could be a thing. Like actively avoiding it, okay? So let me see what's going on, because there's 2 things you're supposed to be working on at the same time. Like some of you, it's like a career as well as like a project, right? Others of you may be forfeiting your connections. So let me see what's going on. Let me see. This is also, when we talk about that Pisces energy, it's areas of your life that you're not really like aware of. So like they're trying to call your attention to your limitations you're not aware of, okay? So let me get a card here. Oh, well, look at you. Make a move. So, I mean, yeah, there's something you're supposed to be doing. There's like legit, I'll say love, because this is a love deck. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna make it general, but I'm gonna specify the message for those of you, because like maybe like half of you, this will be a love message specifically. Others of you, there is something you're supposed to be beginning, because Sagittarius is learning, growing, evolving. Honestly, I might be talking about both things. There's something you're supposed to be learning, growing, expanding, right? With getting to know each other, like learning more about something and pushing yourself towards. But there's also like, we have this romantic energy on the table, because it says to enjoy discovering new commonalities, goals, and dreams as you get to learn more about each other. And honestly, you may be dreaming about somebody, because we do have that word dreams, and it talks about discovering new commonalities, goals, and dreams. So some of you have new goals and dreams to be chasing, as well as a person, right? And it doesn't have to be a specific person. It could truly just be needing to go outside like I tell y'all to do. Okay. But where it is, some of you may be dreaming of love, romance, and people, right? I could see that, but you're not listening where it talks to your goals personally and like life purpose based. I'll say it like that instead of, because I don't want to say like career, because that's too limited. Like your actual life purpose and like your actual life, right? Where you like date and stuff, okay? Because we've got make a move. The time is now. Someone is planning to take action, or it's time for you to make a move. I think this is the pile where I said you're moving too slow or something like that. You're hesitating, and like I stepped into that immediately. So whatever that is, stop that, because it's 2 areas, double mission, 2 areas of life you're doing that where you need to make a move. I'm going to lead with life purpose, could be academic, career, whatever, taking you towards your North Node, and then making a move with this love and romance, okay? That's where we are. We've got this incoming energy. Here, I don't know how to say that. Longing for a home, homesick for the stars. So some of you are really like missing someone or something, like something you're longing for, something you desperately want. And again, it could be what's calling you, right? When we talk about a longing for homes, homesick for the stars is a thirst for a goal, right? Something you're chasing, something you want to do, something you want to achieve, right? But it's 2 things for sure. And your dreams are calling your attention to your desire for these things, okay? All paths lead home. Listen, talking about home, homesick for the stars, homes, like longing for home, right? All paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So yeah, I mean, it's calling you, your dreams are calling your attention to your needs, right? Whether we talk about connection, whether we talk about your goals, like there's things that you're avoiding, hesitating on, that will put you on the right path to what you want to live, okay? That's what's going on. So all paths lead home, okay? And also when we talk about chaos and the death card and the eclipse card of change, nothing will come of the situation. All paths lead home, right? That's what I have, okay? Basically, like the journey is not as necessary as the destination, right? We have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. So you're being activated, okay? Where you have all of this anxiety or and are not sleeping, or where you are sleeping and it's chaotic or whatever, or you're seeing all the symbols, you're activating, okay? That's what's happening. So let me go from this other deck. And then I'll get your advice. This wasn't a long pile because, I mean, everything they wanted to say to you is very to the point. Very to the point. So give me more messages for my pile number 2, my purple. Oh, okay, you're that group with a shoulder. Okay, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. If you are new and you're like, what's she talking about with the shoulder? If you keep picking, it'll make sense if you go back and watch other readings. If you pick the pile with the shoulder, then you'll hear me talk about the shoulder. I'm not going to say it today because I feel like I want to wrap this pile up. But the shoulder. So that's your confirmation for those of you that always pick that group. Yes, you're in your right pile. Pile number 2, my purple night sky. It's 3, so let's go. We've got the ever folding rose, cracked open, is happening for you, not to you. Now, I have roses on the channel. I think this is only like the only reference to roses in these types of decks. These don't talk about flowers. So, you know, maybe go to those flower readings. You know what? Those are love readings. So love could be a thing that's supposed to be a priority, but the ever unfolding rose talks about ascension. Even in this death card, right? It looks like ascension, like she's ascending, like you transform into who you're meant to be. What's this? Equilibrium is balance, right? So like it's not happening, it's happening for you, not to you. So that's a message you need. That's a message you need. Where am I going to put this? Okay. Trust your path. You got North Node, right? All paths lead home. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what will you do? That talks about that fear and that lack of surrendering and that lack of courage, right? And that hesitating. Like, what would you do if you knew you would be supported? Like this, your dreams are telling you to conquer your fears, right? They're telling you to have faith and to trust where you're being led, trust your intuition, trust what you're being called to do, and trust your ability to do it, right? Ooh, trust what you're being called to do, and trust your ability to do it. That's important, okay? That's what's important. And then, oh yeah, definitely go to the, like, I don't know, like rose may be relevant, right? Like that may be like a name, or maybe like roses are symbolic, because I mentioned that this isn't a deck that's really like that. Like I thought that was the only one, but I do remember seeing this before. So like, I don't know that this is not a deck that has a lot of roses. I mean, we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Oh, some of you may have I don't know why I went straight to spirit guide. Like some of you have like maternal, matriarchal figures around that can support you, but like I went straight to like on the other side. I'm so sorry, but Anna, grandmother of Jesus, is like seeding the light, laying foundations, that divine plan. So when I see this card, I talk about it like from a sense of like, you know, like in Christian, right, faith, Jesus was born. Before Jesus got here, like it had, okay, so yeah, this is a deck of roses. I just never noticed. My intention is called to it, but this is some generational things that are happening with you. Ground your energy, okay? That's why I stepped into chaos just now, but this is like something generations in the work. And this also talks about an ancestral presence, right? It talks about an ancestral presence, like people that had to come before the people that came before the people that had you, right, in support, whether on the physical plane or in spirit, okay? And a grandmother of Jesus. But sisterhood of the rose, the ever unfolding rose. So I don't know, go to the rose readings, but it does say beauty, devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So this could be symbolic in some way. This may be a relevant theme for you. What's at the bottom? Because I was just trying to be nosy. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Okay, that's the thing to not do. So again, it talks about a lack of confidence. It talks about a lack of self-esteem, a lack of focus, but don't dim to fit in. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? All paths lead to home. Okay, that's what we've got, and a lot of support here. Okay, but whatever I repeated, I think I said something about trusting yourself to know what you need to do and trust your ability to do it. That's a thing. That's a huge thing. So let me pull from this deck for your advice and close it out. Y'all are going through it these days because where is it? I thought I had a card that talked about grounding, but I probably put it back. But there's grounding here in financial security. I mean, ground, so that's a thing. It's where that is a concern, but this doesn't feel like a pile where it should be. And if it is, then do what you know you need to be doing so that it's not a thing, okay? As long as you do what you need to do, it's not gonna be a thing. Okay, that's where the worry is. Like the worry where you're worrying and maybe sitting idle, you're like, that's obviously not gonna help anything. But like where you're doing what you need to do to be able to produce, when we talk about financial security, you're fine. It'll come as long as you're putting yourself in a position for it to come, if that makes sense. And I'm saying it all ominously like that because that's gonna mean a variety of things for a variety of you, okay? So what is my advice for my purple night sky donut? What is my advice for my purple night sky donut? This was, honestly, they wanted this to be short. they're gonna give you a lot of advice, but this is a pile of like, get to it. Ooh, a lot of advice. I took all of that. Listen, this is that group. Oh, this happened before. If you pick the pile where this happened before, I'm not doing this with you. That's why the pile is not gonna be like super, super long. Guidance 2 times, okay? Divine guidance. Your advice is to trust the guidance you get, trust what you're called to do, trust what you know you need to do, and your ability to do it. Trust the guidance you receive, okay? Okay? You have to change. Change. Like 4 or 5 times on my table, Chameleon says to change where you need to. All right? Navigation. Okay? Change. So change directions where you have to, right? That could be internal or external. Okay? Finding love and eternal charisma is a thing. So like I mentioned the areas, the double mission. Don't ignore that other side, right? When we talk about eternal charisma, like you are likable. I think that's a flower there. Like, because the eternal charisma talks about really being liked and valued and people liking you, just not just romantically, but just overall, like you're a likable person. Like be a likable person that people like, and go out and find love that way. But I mean, navigate your approach to all of the things in your life. Okay, you have to change and navigate your approach. Okay, to finding love, to being well liked. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's it. So I'm going to close it out. I mean, I was like, what else is there to say? Absolutely nothing. I guess I'll pull from this other deck just to, because I looked at it. I'll pull from this and then close it out. Because I don't know what happened. I paused like I wasn't done, but I felt like I was done. I feel like some of you were like, that's it? That's all I get? I don't know. Pick another pile. Go through a different reading. This feels like a pile that gets a lot of advice that doesn't listen. Tell me more. One more message, since love was such a priority for this group. Tell me about this pile number 2. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And this could be the one. So yeah, I mean, some of you may actively be like struggling in some sort of a connection or avoiding some sort of a connection, but you've already met the romantic partner you seek is a thing here. So maybe you're dreaming about someone, or maybe like you're thinking about somebody. I don't really know, but you're being called to heal those issues that are stopping you there. All right. So that is all I have for you today. Pile number 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 3, what am I calling this one? This is the reverse zebra. So it's a chocolate donut with white stripes on it. Let's see what your dreams are trying to tell you. Any angel numbers, synchronicities you may be seeing. Let's try to figure it out, right? Immediately I saw parrots. So you may be coming from the bird readings. If not, if you're new, I have a playlist with bird readings. There isn't a parrot yet, but when the parrot comes, I'm certain that will be your pile. Regardless of what the number is, because I hear that from time to time, like you don't have to pick based off of numbers. I mean, do whatever you want, but that's not really a reason. Wherever the parrot is, when it comes will be your pile. Or if you came from the piles where that was a thing, this is your confirmation. And then let's see, well, for those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, and I read a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. So let me see any symbols, angel numbers, all of the things. If you're not sleeping at night, if you're anxious, we're going to see what the anxiety is all about. If you're struggling, whatever it is, okay? Let's see. Tell me about my pile number 3, my reverse zebra. Okay. 2. All right. Well, okay, 3. So here's the thing. This is that group. I have a group from time to time where I was like, oh, you're going to try to do this one. You're going to be like, oh, I want 1. And then you get extra. This is a pile of you'll try to do one thing and then you'll get a bonus and then you get another bonus. I don't know that I've gotten it like that before, because I thought I aimed for 1, right? I aimed for 1 and then I thought I got 2. I'm like, oh, okay, I got 2. That's nice. But I got 3. So there's an extra one just like hanging out here. So look at you. Look at you. Okay. This is number 7, a harvest moon. If you came from the piles of the readings that I've been doing, I did 2 love readings. And I don't know, recently, like this week in my real time, this is a timeless reading, so don't stress about it. But if you came from the readings, it was either a secret admirer reading or what was that? Cheesecake. It was one of those 2 where this kept coming out. So welcome. This is a confirmation you're in your right place, right space. And I'm excited now because I'm realizing what energy is coming out on this table, you know, to align with this group. So I like it. This is going to be a great pile. Or even if it doesn't feel like it, it's going to tell you how to be great, okay? Because this is the harvest moon. So your dreams are, you're having dreams of things that you should be grateful for, okay? Or that you will be grateful for. I love it. Balancing harvest, right? We've got the pumpkins here. So you could be dreaming of the fall season, right? That may be your favorite season. I could see that, but just something about fall season, things associated with fall, pumpkins, harvest, crops, plants. You may be seeing like fruit, veggies, all the things in your dreams, things like that. But things to be grateful for is a huge theme. And like I said, your dreams are putting you in alignment with the energy of gratitude. I love it. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Where you're lacking, where you don't feel abundant, where you don't feel connected, okay, where you don't feel connected to abundance, your dreams are helping you align with that energy, okay? By putting you in, because as long as you're aligned with an energy of gratitude, it's easier to attract more things that make you grateful because you're already happy with what you have. Like if you're happy for simply existing, right? You're like, well, I'm alive, and as long as I'm alive, things can always get better because I don't know what circumstances. So I'm leading with like the worst, right? Like the worst. At the worst, you're like, well, at least I'm living. That's where I'm leading with that because I don't know you guys' circumstances. If you're truly blessed, a lot of you are blessed in ways you're not acknowledging, right? You're not connecting to your abundance, right? You're very abundant because we talk about that harvest being crops, right? It's pumpkins. Well, the abundance card talks about corn. Okay, it's a harvest. So where you're not connecting how to be abundant, ooh, this is a great pile. Where you're lacking, where you're not connecting to your current abundance and your potential for it, dreams are knocking that out. Look at you. This is a really great pile. I'm gonna leave it in reverse because the gratitude is key to where you're not seeing your current abundance and your potential for more of it, okay? That's where we are. You have to find that gratitude. You have to find that appreciation for who you are, where you are, and what you've got, okay? That's the key message here. You've got new beginnings, slightly I wanted to take it as incoming, okay? So in reverse, it's a blockage, like avoiding a new beginning, not really connecting, not seeing the beginning, right? Not seeing it, but I'm going to take it as an incoming because your dreams are pushing you towards some sort of a beginning that you're going to be very grateful for, where you weren't previously connecting abundance. So whatever space internally you're going to be in soon, I'll lead with internal, you're going to feel, you're going to realize how blessed you are. And then you'll even be able to reflect on how blessed you've been as you step into even more blessings. That's this group, okay? I love it. So let me pull from this other deck. My reverse zebra, my chocolate donut with the white stripes. Tell me, what are their dreams trying to tell them? Angel numbers, any synchronicities, symbols for this pile. Tell me what the dreams are telling. I don't know. I'll take it. Oh no, that's too many. I'll go back for my third one. Some of you are going to be overwhelmed with like offers, and like that could be any area of life, like overwhelmed with offers, overwhelmed with options in a good way. You're gonna be like, oh no, I don't know what to, I'm just gonna take these ones and I have to let that go because you're either gonna not have time or energy, or you're just not gonna have a need for all that's available to you. That's a great space to be in. That's an abundant space to be in. Okay. 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Yeah, the steps, 8, 9, right? 8 of Cups talks about a journey, right? It's along this like river, taking steps towards ascension and becoming greater and like evolving and growing as a person internally and externally. Because once you reach the end of that journey where those mountains are, and I actually do see mountains, I was already seeing them like when I first saw the parrots. So something about mountains. When you get there, ultimate fulfillment, right? Cup filleth over, right? That's kind of the energy coming through for this pile. So the Nine of Cups talks about ultimate fulfillment. Okay, now be mindful because some of you, slight shadow could have an energy of selfishness. Okay, because it could, like, Nine of Cups could be a little bit of greed and selfishness when we talk about needing to learn gratitude. Okay, and not feeling connected to your abundance. So just be mindful of that energy where that may be around you, right? Because that comes from not being able to see how blessed you are, right? Like when you're not able to truly understand how blessed you are, you do lack gratitude and it becomes a bit of a selfish energy. Okay, so just watch that. But it's not like a heavy you've been a horrible person vibe. It's just a be cognizant of your energy. Okay, let me see, tell me more about this chocolate donut with white stripes. What are their dreams telling them? I was gonna say, you know what I almost said, and I normally say in a love reading, but I don't know that this is relevant to that. I just know I know. I was gonna say, what's my pile 3 chocolate donuts next move? So I don't know. Maybe your dreams are trying to help you take your next steps. Like, what's your next move gonna be? Like, your dreams are probably trying to lead and guide you there. Okay, we got the Chariot, we got the Ace of Wands. So the Chariot, see that leaping across the river, right? Leaping across the river, running off, living the best life. Chariot is Cancer energy. It talks about home, family, and comforts, right? So it's ruled by that 4th house of just being comfortable, of being stable, of sentimental value, and things of that nature. So that's what we have. Your dreams are actually telling you exactly what you need to do. Yeah, I got the Two of Horn, a confirmation of like how to be comfortable, how to be stable, and how to be happy, right? Got that Ace of Wands, which is the spark of knowing exactly what you need to do that. Okay, exactly what you need to do that. So let's see what's at the bottom. 9 of Swords, especially where you're not sleeping, especially where you're having a lot of anxiety, because this is literally the card that talks about not sleeping at night, being up all night, and being anxious. Now, on the lighter side, it talks about being a bit of a night owl and having a lot of ideas, a lot of creative ideas that you can really use, that you're passionate about, that'll put you where you want to go. So it could be both, right? You could be really anxious and just not sleeping from stress, and then you go to something that you're passionate about. You know what I mean? Like, that's an example of where it could be both. But again, there's always a polarity of not sleeping at night due to anxiety, or not sleeping at night because your mind is working and you're creating things. Okay, wherever you fall, take that message. Okay, so let me pull from this astrology-based oracle deck. Yeah, because when I split the deck, I got hold your vision, fixed moon. So it's all about holding your vision, for better, for worse. So like where you're rigid and you won't be led to something good, something better, like where you won't embrace new beginnings. But it also talks about like standing your ground with things that you're passionate about, that you're working on, and having the dedication to really see things through. Okay, this is a great pile. I'm telling you, this pile says be grateful. You have a lot already available, and even and you have so much that you're going to be grateful for. So be grateful now in advance, because this is a pile of people that have a lot available to them that can take them places. So this is a very skilled, very talented, very creative pile. Like you have assets within you that will take you places. That's the main message here. And like, your dreams are either calling your attention to that, you got, luck is on your side, or trying to get you to do those things. Okay, like, because some of you have skills that you're not fully utilizing, or that you're refusing to utilize, that you really need to be prioritizing. Okay, and you're not. Okay, so tell me. Okay, all right, I can't take all of that. I definitely cannot. End of a tough cycle approaches, though, that's for sure. I'll take these 2, and then the bottom, a new start. Yeah, so yeah, you got it 2 times. So your dreams are telling you about some sort of a new start. It could be any, because I mean, Ace of Wands is a new start, right? You do have a blue moon here, believe in the impossible, but I was picking that up. Make sure you're sleeping at night and not staying up in anxiety. Even if you're staying up to be creative, don't do that. Make sure you're sleeping, okay? That's a thing that you need to know, but believe in the impossible. Make sure you're getting your rest. It's important, but you have new beginnings. You have 2 new moons. So the new moon may be relevant. I'm filming this real time around the time of like a new moon, stepping out of that energy. So maybe by the next new moon of whenever you find this, you will see some sort of results regarding what I'm talking about. But new moons will be very critical. Maybe the new moon is when you really have like prophetic dreams and all the things like that. But something about the new moon is relevant time period for you, whether we're talking about one in particular or just in general. That's a time that just really is a time for you. Okay. All right. Well, let me, and I'll leave the blue moon out just because it wanted to be seen. Working through your fears, the new moon of Scorpio, that's transformative energy. It talks about creating things. And then we've got that full moon in Virgo, which talks about being good enough. Okay. It happens during the season, right? Full moon in Virgo happens during Pisces season. That's a sign that rules dreams. Okay. So we got all kinds of transformative energy. And we also have, like this is kind of routines and day-to-day life. This is the sign that rules like just faith and kind of being able to dream your reality into being, right? The Pisces side of this. But you're being told to do something, right? Working through your fears, you're good enough to produce whatever it is you're being called to produce or whatever it is you're meant to do, okay? I don't know what that is. It's going to be different for all of you, okay? But working through your fears, you're good enough. Believe in the impossible, and you do have new beginnings, okay? There's a new start to do something, okay? These are not as, moon cycles are key for this group, okay? Something about the moon. You're very in tune with the moon. You may actually have a moon in Scorpio. That's a very specific message, okay? That's this group, okay? Or the moon in Scorpio, full or new, is key, okay? That could be a relevant time period since that came through like that. Virgo as well, okay? So tell me about this chocolate donut with the white stripe. What are the dreams, synchronicities, angel numbers? Ooh. All right. You're expanding, spiritual growth. And this is not just about spiritual growth. House 9 talks about like expansion, awareness, evolution, just becoming a more evolved person, a more evolved version of yourself overall. Okay. But the reason why I have this, you have house 2 in conjunction. Okay. So house 2 talks about your physical security, your possessions, your material values, and so forth. So this is self-worth, right? You're good enough. So your dreams are teaching you how to feel good, right? How to be grateful, how to believe in yourself, how to feel good, right? Your actual worth, your actual value to the world, and how to prioritize your internal and external assets. Okay, prioritizing your internal and external assets. And they're teaching you exactly how to expand in those areas, how to evolve and develop your internal assets, and how to grow and evolve your money, your stuff, right? The things you own. Conjunction, right? A union, a merging, coming together. How to tie it all together. Okay, and how to put you in a position with the right partnerships, collaborations to do that. Because conjunctions, unions, okay? Look at you. Okay, so tell me more about my pile number 3, my chocolate donut with the white stripes. What are the dreams telling? A chocolate donut with the white stripes. I mean, it's telling you that honestly, this combination feels like, okay, your assets, internal and external, are literally just coming together and growing. I'm not saying you don't have to do anything, but it's saying whatever you've already done or been doing, be grateful for how far you come, because like it's feeling like, I don't know, there's a harvest, literally a harvest moon on the table, right? As well as the corn moon and abundance. This may be my pile of like, I don't know, something. And here's the thing, this kind of hoarse feeling that I have, I feel like I sound a little raspy. It's not from my throat like I normally get it. Sometimes I get it in the nasal area. Sometimes I get the itchy throat. This feels like the chest. So you may have heart chakra energy that you're clearing, because that's like, this feels like congestion in my chest right now. Didn't have it before this pile, by the way, but I feel like I have congestion in my chest. So if you have congestion in my chest, you may be clearing your heart chakra, or go to doctor, get it looked at. Like, I don't know what that is, but this pile specifically is giving me congestion in my chest where my heart chakra is, okay? So you may be clearing that, okay? So let me get, and I got a light sting of that shoulder. So those of you from that, I think I freaked out some of you, like, I don't know how many of you it is that have the shoulder thing, but like those of you where it's the shoulder, I think me tapping in with that, like, really like have you like, oh, she like, this is my psychic, because like y'all are popping up in all kinds of piles now. Look at you. I mean, I'm glad, but I don't like the shoulder thing. So let me see. Tell me more about my pile. Like, so it's happening so much. It's like people are gonna be like, nah, she's just got a bum shoulder. I genuinely don't. I do not have that experience when I'm not tapping into those certain piles. And it doesn't even happen like the whole pile. Like, I don't know if it happens when that group is just like really paying attention or what, but like it happens like in like periods, and it's weird. So yeah, tell me my pile number 3. A chocolate donut with the white stripes. What are the dreams, synchronicities, angel numbers, and whatnot telling you, leading you to? I almost took that. There we go. All right. Well, an Orca elder. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Yeah, I mean, your dreams are really going deep to help you figure out what it is you can contribute to the world and how that's gonna like be financially like successful for you, because you're being told to share your song, and that's share your gifts, your talents, and all of the things like that, right? We've got star ancestors, hidden secrets, yeah, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Yeah, there's something that you're not realizing about yourself. Like, there's some talents, some skills, some knowledge, some things available to you that you're not quite grasping, or maybe you're beginning to grasp it, because again, past, present, incoming energy. Could be either, period, but like there's something you need to be doing that you can contribute that will put you in an energy of gratitude. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Why is this fuzzy? I mean, I can't control that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the light is all of a sudden really weird, but maybe, again, I'm mentioning that you don't see things clearly, so maybe that's what it is. Right? We've got lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Yeah, it's a fog. Yeah, that's a fog, right? I'm talking about a fog, and then we talk about lifting a veil. I do have a lifting the veil reading. If you're struggling to find, it's not named that, but the thumbnail is named that. It is in the Skeleton Key playlist, okay? But questioning everything unaligned must go. So this is the pile of you're clearing old traits, habits, routines, things that don't align with who you're stepping into and where you want to go, right? Like, everything unaligned must go, right? That's internal and external, okay? That's all of the shifts and the things, okay? So let me get one more. I say one more. I want to get from this deck, and then I'll get your advice. I think, yeah, I pull from both. I'll pull from that love deck because I pulled in 1 and 2, and then I'll get your advice. I don't know why this pile is so short. It's like, be grateful, you're good, or be grateful for where you are because you're leveling up and you're working on things. Or if you were paying attention, you would know to be working on things, right, that are really gonna put you where you want to go. This is a pile of clearing generational trauma. This I know, because look, transformation, awakening, yeah, inner temple. Yeah, and then I say that because here we've got keepers of the earth, ancient ancestors stand beside you, as well as ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. I love that, healing and rewriting the future, because like this feels like you were on a path, and it's like you're being deviated to a different path, which is a greater path because it's a path you wouldn't have even known to take. But yeah, ancient ancestors stand beside you. This is a pile of your ancestors helping support you in your dreams. So you may be dreaming of loved ones on the other side, or you may be dreaming of ancestors you don't even know. But this is a pile of having ancestors around. So all of those symbols and all the things you see, ancestors. Not even just ancestors, ancient ancestors, right? breaking the chain, clearing generational trauma. So I'll take those two in the bottom. What were the ones we had here? Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. So you're healing. This is a pile of healing, and internally and externally. So you're healing. So maybe that's why. Good. Look at you. Those of you that did come with the shoulder, I don't have it anymore. I don't feel it, but you're healing that. That's good. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing to make sure you help it. And any other ailments, right? And then we've got awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. You're integrating into a new version of yourself, one of devotion, right? Devotion of the self, and tuning into your heart's desires. This is I heard self-preservation. But like self-love, self-care, all the things. But double mission. This came out in another pile. Not this exact card, but this message. So double mission says channeling and uplifting humanity. Okay, so as you work, this is a pile of the duality here is as you work on your gifts and do what you're supposed to be doing that put you in alignment with your purpose, you're naturally supporting other people because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing it. Even if you're like, oh, my talents aren't life-changing for people, how are my talents going to actually help people? Well, just you working and having, I guess, a harvest, disposable income, you're able to support other people as they do things, right? Like, for example, when you support small businesses, well, they can't stay open if people don't go there and shop, right? Things like that. So that's just a smaller example to show you how it could be a more mundane example. You're definitely the hummingbird. You're the hummingbird pile. You're the hummingbird pile, okay? So go to the bird readings. You're the hummingbird, okay? But there's a duality to what you're working on. You're going to benefit yourself as well as other people, okay? And then there may be two distinct things that you should be doing at the same time, okay? And it could be like professional career, it could be just hobbies, it could be just volunteer work as well as work, and like it could be a variety of things. It's going to resonate in a variety of ways for all of you, okay? Let's pull this love deck, because this is the one pile where I didn't feel pressure to do it. I didn't feel pressure to do it, but I did in the other two, so I want to be consistent. I definitely want to be consistent. Yeah, this is my spiritual awakening pile, because look at that. It came out. Let me get this good card, and then we'll close it out with your advice. What's that? Listen and reflect. This is a pile of reflection. All right. I'm struggling, because for whatever reason, this deck just decided that maybe you don't need from this deck. Ooh. Oh, you do. Because I was going to stop. I was like, if it's so sticky, maybe I should leave it alone. You may have, you may have two suitors. We have the King of Wands, King of Cups. So if you're feminine nature, it could be, but even if not, there's two masculines here. So I don't know who they represent, but like, here we go. The reason why I said, so I stopped because I was like, well, maybe I don't need a card from this deck, because it was all sticky, right? And then it loosened up. So maybe you're the sticky. You're the not budging when it comes to the love deck, right? Like you may be resistant. You know what? That may, if you go to the hummingbird, I think the first one I did was totally different. I just remember it was more of a feminine energy than the other ones. I remember that much. Because I remember being surprised. Like there's certain piles where I don't necessarily remember where I say, but I remember the energy I tapped into, and they're memorable. And I feel like that's a memorable energy. So let me, I was going to say the sunflower was another one that was really memorable back in the day. Still don't remember what I said though. Hey, where is it? It's on here somewhere. Maybe I put it back. Devotion was on the table at one point, and maybe it was a different pile, but a dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. Devotion could also talk about being devoted to your purpose, devoted to your path, devoted to yourself. Okay, this is an energy that your attention is being called to for sure. But there's also, I keep mentioning you want one thing and then you get extra. So like, I don't know, when it comes to love, you'll get that too. Like it'll be like, oh, this is what I wanted in a partner. And then you'll get some extra stuff about that you didn't expect to get in a partner. You get like bonus, I don't know, like brownie points. Like, oh, I got a great partner, and then this partner is also like this, and I never even knew I wanted that, because you got ready for love. You've been understandably guarded, scared of being hurt again, but you took the time to heal. Now you're ready to try love again, and you got disharmony. Okay, there seems to be some disconnect. Use this time to address any issues to restore harmony in this relationship. So let me see what this is all about, because this is probably, okay, that's probably why y'all didn't want me to pull this deck. So ready for love and disharmony. Let me see. So where you're connected already, your attention is being called to disharmony in your connection, right? And the disharmony may be you and your partner not necessarily on the same page, whether because of poor communication or just truly just not being on the same page, being in different, like ready for different things. Because ready for love and disharmony and devotion, like it looks like somebody's more devoted than the other, okay? And that doesn't mean that one cares more than the other. It just means that one's prioritizing the other more, okay? So watch that. Could be you, could be this person, because we're talking about your dreams. Your dreams could truly just be letting you know where you're avoiding things, okay? That, like, it doesn't have to be you that's overextending. And then my singles, ready for love, disharmony. Some of your confusion is you possibly being ready for love, and you're not really realizing that. Like, you're not devoted enough to finding that. Could be a thing, okay? Could be a thing. Like, some of you, it's funny because I was like, some of this grouchy energy, don't be, y'all, if y'all are grouchy, don't be like that. Be like chipper, like I am on the channel. But some of you, like, the call is like, you'd be less like grouchy, you'd be more grateful if you prioritize this area of life. Y'all better stop that. I mean, it's fine if you're happy, like if you're genuinely fine, but like spirit is saying, like, some of y'all, that's not the case, okay? I'm just the messenger. So let me get your advice. All right, the moon cycle, I think this is the power I was talking about, is definitely a thing, okay? Definitely a thing. Let me see. Where we talk about life in general, right? There's something you're ready to do, and the disharmony around you is because you're avoiding it, right? Like, where you're meant to step in and be fully devoted to something, you're avoiding it. Like, you're acting like you're not ready to fully like be devoted to something, and it's creating confusion, okay? That's the thing. What's my advice for my pile number 3, my chocolate donut with the white stripes? What is the advice here? Thank you. All right. Lift the veil. Lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Defense. So react. Whatever signs, synchronicities you're getting, they're calling you to do something. Like, they're a call to action. So defend your place, your space. I don't know why I'm saying that, but like, defend your place, your space. Defend, like, go out and react to what the call, react to the call, okay? Like, do what you're called to do, okay? Leadership, yeah. Take the initiative and find balance. Equilibrium is a balance, right? It's harmony. It's that double mission. It's benefiting yourself as well as other people. Leadership, there's a call to leadership of some way, and leadership doesn't have to necessarily be like literal leadership of people, but there is something you should be taking the initiative on. And if you have gifts, talents, and things that you could share, traits that things you're good at that other people are not, taking the initiative to do those things absolutely benefits people. Think about how the world, like, I hate to sound like all boo 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 but you know what I mean? Like, think about how the world would be if everyone did what they were actually like meant to be doing versus what we have to do to get by. If everybody just kind of was able, that's not how the world works, but if everybody was able to kind of live through their natural skills, like, we'd function harmoniously, right? Because everyone would be doing what they're good at and leaving alone what they have no business doing, right? Because there's a lot of people doing things they have no business doing, just because they need to, right? I got the thing, okay, so it moved from my heart chakra to the nasally part. Got it. I don't know what that is, but some of y'all clear that out. It may very well be allergies. If you have allergies, just, do what you got to do, but react where you're supposed to do, answer the call of what you're supposed to be doing, step into leadership and balance and do your dual mission. I feel like some of you definitely picked multiple piles. I feel like I repeated a lot in this pile. So I'm going to close it out. That is all I have for you today, pile number 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 4, my cookies and cream or Oreo donut. Let's see what your dreams are trying to tell you, any angel numbers, synchronicities, and all the things you may be seeing. So this is a really clear energy. So this is my pile of everything being clean, very clear. And it makes sense because when I cleanse my decks, the first one was the advice deck, so I'll get you some advice at the end of your reading, but the 2 cards that were like throwing themselves out were banish a curse, release negativity, and I'm like, oh no, what's that? It's a good thing because it's literally saying banish a curse, release negativity, right? Like energy clearing. So I love that for this pile. I caught y'all, some of y'all really like donuts, some of y'all really like Oreos, because it's really like, it literally has Oreos crumbled up on it. So that's cute, that's funny. What I want to say is, some of you, I feel like, I don't know, I almost want to not say it. So this may be my pile of people that are really used to the channel, because those of you that like non-love readings, I have playlists with bird readings, with skeleton key readings. So if you've not seen those, definitely check that out. I'll be trying to make a playlist with this one now that this is the 3rd dream reading that I have. That way we can all keep it all consolidated and all the things. I'm starting to get a rasp. I don't know what that's for. So I'm about keeping things organized. Okay, some of you may be struggling with that. Okay, so let me just get into this. See any dreams, or if you're not sleeping, why? I don't know why honey calcite is like throwing itself in the way. There we go. We'll take that. Well, maybe this is why. Because honey calcite is like, it's like honey. Like I'm like associating it with like honey, because like I've been getting a strong Oshun vibe, right? Could be relevant, but it doesn't have to be specifically the case, because I have a broad audience with a variety of religions. So I just wanted to but like using her symbolically, I've got some like heavy feminine energy coming through, right? The lunar eclipse is sovereignty, which is truly like it's referred to as divine feminine energy. And with that rolling out, it just kind of, it's almost like it wanted my attention to be called to like something more feminine in nature. So maybe your more receptive side, your more feminine side, right? Because Cancer is also a more feminine energy, right? The nurturer. So more receptive energy, okay? Being very strong, very firm, very powerful, but in a nurturing, sovereign way. Okay, so let me see. I like it. A maturing energy of creation. Okay, it's number 4, like your pile. So yeah, so this is a pile of prioritizing where you know how to create and being receptive, right? So like, actually, that combination feels like, okay, you know exactly what you're doing and how to do it. Now receive, right? Like, you don't have to be overactive. Like, creation and maturity is like, you've created all you need to create. Now be nurturing, be receiving. Okay. And when I say nurture, I don't mean like necessarily other people, but nurturing in terms of like nurturing, like, okay, so let's think of it from like gardening, right? Like, you plant the seeds. That's a very active perspective, right? Masculine, quote unquote, right? Well, now you've got to nurture it. You've got to water the seeds. You got to give it, sunlight and feed it, whatever the things are. I'm not a gardener, but like, we're using the example because that's the thing. I feel like I have gardeners here that are very loud. You have to nurture it, right? And then after you've already done what you need to get the creation in motion and you nurtured it, now you can see that very strong sovereign energy that is the receiving of the harvest. That's what this feels like. That's what this feels like your dreams are telling you to do. Like, not be overactive, being receptive of blessings, whether intangible or material. Okay. All right. So let's pull from these cards. Tell me more about my cookies and cream donut. Some of you may be dreaming of someone feminine nature. It doesn't matter what age, okay? Because it came through so prominently, that may be a thing, okay? Or your attention is being called to someone like that in your life. What, I don't know yet. We'll see, okay? Let me see now. Pile number 4. Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, fortune, okay? This could be good or bad. We're gonna see. It feels good, but we'll see, because I don't want to like overreact to the Wheel of Fortune. It talks about a changing of circumstances, which means it could be good or bad. Now I'm leading with good because it feels like, again, I had a channeled energy of clarity and like clearing energy and all things. So things seem to be trying to turn around for the best. Okay. Give me more. What are the dreams telling my pile 4? Yeah, I like it. 2 major arcana. You may be seeing repeating 1s and 0s, okay? Wheel of Fortune, tide turning towards a new beginning, a new version of yourself, a new exploration, okay? Like turning for the best, a new beginning, a new cycle is starting. So you've done everything you need to do. It's time to receive like a blessing, right? Which is a change in circumstances for the better. It feels like a fresh slate, okay? Tell me more about my pile number 4. What's happening with my pile number 4's dreams, the symbolism, synchronicities, all of the things, repeating numbers. My pile number 4, my cookies and cream donut. Six of Swords. Yeah, I mean, it's a journey. So you may have dreams of being on a journey, right? Like you may have recurring dreams of constantly being on a journey. I feel like that. Some of you have a recurring dream like that you keep trying to make it to the end of, if that makes sense. Like where you keep dreaming of the same location with the same stuff going on and you're just trying to like make your way out. I get that. That's a thing. Some of you may feel trapped in some type of current circumstances that you're trying to find your way out of, and your dreams are mirroring that possibly. But I also see your dreams are telling you there's a maturation of this creative energy, and there's a receptive energy coming in of receiving a harvest of a fortune changing for the better in the terms of like some type of like this. I heard the word escape. Okay, so we have the Fool, the Six of Swords, okay, which is a journey. Like both of those cards symbolize a journey. Okay. All right, let me see. King of Cups. Yeah. Feels like that that Cancer card, right? King of Cups. Okay. So water sign energy, okay? This would be a more masculine expression of that receptive energy. So like this would be if we're talking about a person, a masculine that's very in his receiving era, like in his harvest era, in receiving blessings and love and nurturing others as well as being nurtured, not really trying to be active, go. That's kind of what I get here, okay? Let me pull from these other. This is something about this pile. It is a little bit quiet, I'm not gonna lie, okay? Heavy Cancer placements here because I have house 4. So cultural, family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So something about this energy, like if you don't have Cancer placements, a Cancer placement could, like someone with Cancer placements could be relevant. Cancer season could be relevant, but strong vibes, okay? Because house 4 is ruled by that sign, okay? That's what we've got here. Interesting. So let me see. Tell me more about, okay. Capricorn, ambition, realism, methodical steps. Saturn. Okay. This is the sign that is ruled by this planet. So you may be coming from one of the owl piles on my channel. That's possible. But I mentioned like escape. We have feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience. And this is what they call Daddy Saturn, because Capricorn is kind of like paternal figures. Where I'm going to put this. I'll put it here. And then Capricorn, the sign that is ruled by that ambition, realism, methodical steps. So they talk about lessons, talks about journeys, right? Journeys and development. Saturn and Capricorn teaches you lessons. They teach you how to maneuver situations. They give you discernment. Like, it's all about growing and evolving and figuring out where you're lacking so that you don't struggle, right? Like, because the struggles are so that you don't have to keep struggling, right? It's like if you learn the lesson, you don't have to worry about it. That's where we are in this pile. I'm a little out of breath, I'm not gonna lie. And I do have that shoulder, so it is what it is. Those of you with the shoulder, you get it every time. But I'm out of breath. I don't know what that is. So some of you need to breathe or work on your breathing, okay? That's a thing. Let me see. Some of you may be in your Saturn return or stepping into it. I see that. And that may be what's going on around you. Let me see. Tell me. This is a really quiet pile. Like, there's not much to get. I will say, definitely Cancer season, or you have Cancer placements, or someone maybe maternal in nature, or you have like someone that is a Cancer. Like, okay? Because the new moon in Cancer, like, you and your loved ones are safe. It's here, but like, it's all over the table, okay? Could be, okay, because Cancer, they're lunar in nature, right? So it's ruled by the moon, and it rules your emotions. So like, it could be like overwhelming emotions could be a theme that are trying to get you to ground and stabilize, okay? So let me get more. Tell me about this pile 4. What are, okay. Look, I can't even get the question out. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Both of the Cancer cards came out now. This is more Capricorn energy, Saturn energy, okay? Because this full moon happens during Capricorn season. So balance, spirituality, and practicality. We actually have 2 earth signs here. You don't realize it. So something about not really seeing, because Pisces and Capricorn, these are the full moons. So this is Pisces and Cancer. I'm so sorry. This is Capricorn season. This is Virgo season. Okay. So that's what we've got on the table. All right. But it's saying to balance your energy, ground your energy, and that's going to help a personal issue reach resolution. So manage your emotions, be logical, be practical, okay? Be open to learning and growing, right? Because this is this energy of lessons, right? Of closing karmic cycles and beginning new ones, right? Yeah, closing karmic cycles and beginning new ones, of evolving and growing, okay? It's time to take action. A new moon in Aries is that new beginning energy. That's that full 6 of Swords energy, okay? It's time to take action somewhere in your life, okay? Somewhere in your life. The last new moon in Aries we had was a solar eclipse, okay? There's a lunar eclipse that happened right before it. So that could be currently you may feel like you're on a journey, trying to figure out where you're going, where you're headed. Could be emotional. I'm not sure, but that's all over the table. Again, heavy Saturn Capricorn based themes, definitely personal in nature, but those are 10th house themes of career, social status, reputation. All of those may be key themes, and your dreams are navigating you. Your dreams are not necessarily, this is the one pile where it's like your dreams are literally navigating you. It's like, be receptive, like the signs, the symbols, and everything you're seeing. Make sure you're working on your breathing, okay? But it's time to take action. Your dreams, the symbols are telling you to act, and they're telling you exactly how to act and where to act and where to go, okay? So let me pull from this, these other decks. I have 2 decks. I'll pull from the loved one like I did the other readings. Because this pile is so quiet, I will probably pull from this healing oracle before I get your advice, because I'm only 13 minutes in, but the pile feels like they're telling you where to go, right? Tell me more about this cookies and cream donut. I spaced on what donut I was on. Tell me about this cookies and cream donut. You're seeing repeating 1s and 4s. That I know. The blue flame. Ooh, I haven't seen this card in a while. I don't know that I've ever really seen it. So if you Google blue flame, I remember like back in the day, I was like Googling it, like it's like a time of like when you see the blue flame, in meditation, like you may have seen the blue flame in your dream, or as you're trying to sleep, or as you're meditating. That's like advancement, like that spiritual acceleration, right? It says a spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. You may feel like you were thrown into a spontaneous awakening, right? Like the Wheel of Fortune, things may have just like flipped for you, or maybe that's how your dreams are. But this is integration time. This is activation. The blue flame is like a spiritual ascension. You may see a lot of blue. Blue may be like, I don't know, your favorite color or something like that. Blue may be relevant in some way, but the blue flame is a big deal, okay? It's a huge deal. It talks about ascending on a spiritual level where like once you're comfortable, once you ground, like, I mean, like that's how people get to the point where they can read like this, okay? Called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Definitely. So where are you called to go? What are you called to do? Okay. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Yeah, this is a pile of spiritual ascension, spiritual awakening. You may not even recognize yourself in like a year, in a good way, right? In a good way. You'll be grounded, you'll be stable, not just spiritually, but materially, all of the things where any of that's been a question, but you're being called, okay, to ascend. And honestly, it's going to be the best thing ever. It's going to be the best thing ever. I'm so serious. So let me get this other deck. Tell me more. Like this is a pile. Ooh, this is a pile leading you to a period of like, boom, let's go. Let's like, it's like an explosion. You're like an explosion. Like you're the blue flame. Okay. Like of like exploding, and it's like, wow, I didn't even see it coming, kind of. It's like electricity, kind of. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's why this pile is so quiet, because you're probably naturally quiet. Something about your energy is going to be loud very, very soon, in a good way. Okay, you're being called to step out of that. That's why you have the call. What are you called? Like it's time to step up. That's what you're being called to do. Okay. Tell me more about this cookies and cream donut, please. What are their dreams telling them? Yeah, align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are. So traits, habits, mentalities, perspectives, people, situations, whatever it is, like whatever is in the way of you like truly being like as great as you are meant to be in this life, gotta go. Okay, that's really what that means. Okay. That's what the dreams are telling you. You may have dreams of breaking things, of shattering things, of breaking mirrors. I see that. But initiation, rite of passage, you're going somewhere sacred. You're being called. You're being initiated. Okay? You're being called. You're being initiated into something. Okay? Something great. Something you may not even have the capacity to fully understand yet. But like, I'm telling you, when you see who you are and where you go following this, yeah, just do something to shift your vibration so that you stay positive if it feels off. I don't know if it feels off or if it feels good, because this is a really quiet pile. Like this is quiet. Like I envision the people selecting this pile, you're just like silently listening, just intently, like not reacting, no emotion, because I don't really know. Like I'm not really feeding off of the pile because it's so quiet. So quiet. But there's something you're being called to do, something you need to take action on. You are ascending. It's a new journey, and it's time to clear out all of the things that are stopping you from being what you're meant to be. Okay, I'm gonna pull from this love deck because it's weird to not, because I did in every other pile, and then I'll pull from that healing oracle because we have a lot of time, and then I'll give you advice. So what do we need to tell my pile number 4? I'm not gonna lie, this is a really quiet pile, but for the first time in one of these quiet piles, like I can kind of like envision somebody being very, very serious. I feel like I'm being a little bit judged. Like I feel like I'm being observed. I feel like I'm being a little bit managed. Does that make sense? Right? Like I feel like I'm being a little bit, yeah, my throat cleared up when I said that. I feel like I'm being managed, like supervised. Ooh, okay. Tell me about this pile number 4. This cookies and cream donut. You may be a little bit forgetful. You may feel people are like forget you. You may like to slip beneath the radar because I keep forgetting that you're the cookies and cream donut for no reason, because it's a very loud donut. It's one of the loudest ones. When I saw it, I was like, oh no, this goes on the thumbnail. Okay. So let me see what's going on here. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Saturn and Capricorn is like that. If we could, this word, accountability, that is Saturn Capricorn energies. It's the most accountable energy, period. That's why people don't like Saturn. That's why people don't like Saturn returns. That's why they get mad with Saturn transits. They talk about, because it's Lord Karma, but it's not like punishment or anything like that. It's literally accountability. Where are you avoiding accountability in your life? Where are you being overly accountable? Because what happens is Saturn calls into play where we're underutilizing ourselves, but also where we're overextending, because you're never doing one. You're always, in order to underutilize yourself in one area, you have to be overutilizing in your energy somewhere else. That's just the way life happens. So Saturn Capricorn talks about accountability, where you need to be accountable just in life in general with all of your connections. But something here, we're talking about communication. They're on the phone and we're talking about love. So someone needs to take accountability for their actions. It may be you, your partner, or both of you. Acknowledging the effects of your behaviors allows you to move forward. So if you're having issues in a connection, we're talking about accountability here for your actions, and making sure your partner is accountable as well, right? Where things can work. Where we talk about any mistakes in romantic connections, we talk about accountability there, and obviously being better where that's a thing. And then when we talk about singles and a desire for connection, your accountability and making that a priority. Because I'm still struggling to breathe. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with you? Make sure, like, whatever is wrong with you, you get that looked at, okay? This pile, because I it's bad. Like, I'm struggling to breathe. Okay, slow down. Just because we want something so bad doesn't mean we have to rush into it. Take a moment to talk with your partner or self to reflect on what's best. So yeah, slow down, okay, and be accountable. Some of you, like literally, some of it's just slow down and be accountable, or be accountable and slow down. That's going to be a generic message. Like I said, where you're overreacting to your partner, it's a message to slow down and just be accountable instead of combative. I'm trying to think of how this would apply where you're not having issues. If you slow down, you'll see where you can be more accountable in all areas of life, including romantic, right? But slow down and be accountable. That's a theme just in general for you, okay? So let me pull from this Healing Oracle deck. I'll give you this Healing Oracle deck because you got a lot of time left. And then I will get your advice and close it out. You may have dreams where you're like in trouble because you have issues with that. Like, some of you are overly accountable, and like any criticism or whatever makes you feel like you're doing something wrong, even if it's not like that serious. Your dreams are telling you stop that. Like, slow down and don't overreact to like being held accountable, if that makes sense. Because some of you may be creating drama where it's not a real thing. If you just like be accountable, like don't overreact. Because some of you have trauma, I see, associated with that. Like when the word accountability is a thing, it makes you feel like you're doing something bad or wrong, right? Versus like just being human and learning lessons like everyone else. Because Saturn, you're going to make mistakes, and that's what's ruled by Saturn, right? Making mistakes, because you can't learn lessons without making mistakes. Just slowing down and allowing yourself to just be accountable without like overreacting, okay? All right, because there's a certain energy of needing to feel nurtured and safe, and feeling like any mistakes or errors feels like you're in trouble, right? You don't want to allow that energy, because it puts you in positions where you are actually in trouble. Like, you start manifesting that because that's your perspective. Like, that's how you operate. Like, I can't do anything wrong because it's going to put me in a bad situation. Whereas instead of thinking of errors and mistakes as teaching moments to grow and evolve, to learn something new, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a pile of being afraid of making mistakes, okay? And of being afraid of doing new things because of that, okay? Yeah, you got duality, okay? Balance your energy, okay? You have to see, you have to be open to multiple sides. You can't always want to be like, you're not always right or wrong. Sometimes you can be both at the same time, as well as others. Okay, that's what duality means. So I always say it's a light and a shadow, finding yourself in a lesson and a journey, because you can be both sides depending on what the story is, right? And it doesn't make anyone bad or good, it just makes you human, right? All right, well, you've got healing energy, so you're definitely healing, and then you're ascending. You're healing and ascending, and you are going to be fine real time, because I got both time periods, like the new moon in Aries with that solar eclipse, that lunar eclipse. This year is going to be a great year for you, because I'm reading it as a year, okay? I'm reading it as a year, and honestly, the bottom of your deck is 26, so the years of 2024 through 2026 are going to be heavily developmental for you in the best way. Like, I'm serious. I'm not saying it in a, things are going to be chaotic for those 2 years. I don't think so. I tell you what, we got time, so let me pull from this deck and we'll see, and I'll get your advice here. Give me the tone for those for that time period. Yeah, see, it's going to be peaceful. Look at you. It's going to be peaceful. Don't worry about it. It's going to be peaceful. Where did I put this? I can put it, yeah, but you're healing, you're ascending. Like we talked about, this is a key year towards your ascension. This is a key year that's going to teach you balance and discernment, right? Balance and discernment, so that you can really be at peace and whatever this is coming. Look at you. Ooh, look at you. You're going to be focused. You're going to see success. Time periods, you're that pile. That's why I feel like I'm being managed, being studied. 2023 was a year to teach you the focus you need to be as successful as you'd like to be. Okay, so 2023 is a year focused towards success. 2024 will be healing that, any trauma, towards ascension. Okay, and you'll see some key results by 2026. I feel like I've said that before. 2026 is a year. I don't know what's going to happen in that year, but that's a key year. Okay, but this right now, this year, 2024, if you're watching this real time, I hate doing that because this is a timeless reading, okay? Especially when we talk about things that happened in 2018, but think of it, if you're finding this in timeless sense way ahead, look back at the years I'm mentioning and you'll realize that you're on the trajectory for that. 2026 is going to be key year. 2023 was about focusing on success and learning how to do that. 2024 is healing and heading towards ascension. But in that healing towards ascension, we talked about you finding peace and you focusing on success here. So great things are incoming. You're being called to be better, to be accountable in whatever area of life we're talking about. So let me get you more advice. Yeah, look at that growth of energy. Tell me more about my 2024. Listen, if you're watching this real time, okay, whatever I'm telling you, you need to be doing now. Whatever this advice is, you have to do it now, this year. If you're finding this after this year that I'm recording in, this is something you should have done then. And if not, I don't know. Find yourself in the timeline. If you're coming back in time to me, because it's still a time. If you're coming back in time to me and you haven't done what I'm telling you to do, this is why you're here at the reading, and you'll probably be able to redirect. Okay, you'll probably be able to come back, do what I'm telling you to do, and that'll probably help you get where you're supposed to be if you're coming back to this time, to this reading. Okay, so what I'm hearing is make sure you do it now. Okay, whatever I'm about to tell you, I don't know what I'm going to tell you, because I really don't know what these cards are going to say. So let me see. What's the advice? Ooh, it came out. Hey, look at you. Heal. Look at you. Heal. It's literally, this is the power of needing to be told things multiple times. What did I say? 2023 was about learning how to focus on how to get to success. 2024 is about healing and ascension. You got healing 2 times. And this is a non-love reading, and I'd like to send you guys to other readings, but I have a skeleton key reading with this tree of life. Okay, so that may be your pile. It is pile 4. Okay, so I have a key of life, a tree of life key. Okay, So your advice is to heal and make sure you're healing internally, externally, okay? All right. Well, set the bottom and be courageous like this lion, okay? Okay, so have the, ooh, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. This is a pile of really struggling. You need to figure it out. Heal and be courageous. Be courageous, okay? Have the courage to heal and be courageous. Go to that pile I'm telling you to go to. Yeah, go to that pile I'm telling you to go to, because look at me. I'm realizing this is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail. I have, oh, okay. You need skeleton key readings. I have healing energy and success. The thumbnail for the thumbnail where this key is looks like this, because I did it during this. I did it during that eclipse. Look at me. I did it during those eclipses. So go back to the readings I did around the time of the lunar eclipse. I think I did another dream reading as well as the skeleton key reading where the thumbnail looks like this and the key looks like that. Go there. And then at the beginning of the year, I did yeah, it's calling my, yeah, 2018, maybe a year as well. So 2018, 2023, and then 2024 through 2026 is gonna be something. But there is a key that looks like an eye. Okay. It maybe was the skeleton key reading I did before the one I'm sending you to. Okay. But it's like there's a hole in it that's the shape of an eye. There's a playlist. It's gonna be easy to find. I even named it that, I'm certain. So you just, those are your piles, okay? Go back to those. That's why this was not meant to be super, super long, and I ended up using a deck that I normally, you're that group that makes me pull decks I don't want to use. Definitely. Well, oh look, let me show you. So when I'm talking about that key, yeah. Hey, yeah, so I got keys on the table. I'm about to close it out, but I don't know why I feel the need to do this. The tree of life is a crown. Okay, so I have crown keys. Go to those. But I knocked this one over. That's the only reason you get to see. So those crown readings may just be yours. But I didn't want to leave you hanging with like what I'm talking about when I say the key that looks like an eye. It's like shaped similar to like this, okay? And that'll help you find it in the playlist, okay? So that is all I have for you today. Pile number 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay to know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.